What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 6K. Chapter 151 Sage Mode. Advertisement. The two men's weapons collided again. Click click click. Dense black thunder and lightning continued to burst out, and the terrifying impact spread to the surroundings. As expected of Whitebeard, he is so old and his physical fitness has declined, but he can still possess such great strength. You brat, don't think that I can't move when I get old. Use all your strength, otherwise you won't be able to defeat me. Full strength. I don't even know where my full strength is. I don't care whether I win or not. I just complete the corresponding task. As Zyan spoke, a 3 Magatama Madara pattern began to appear on his forehead. Boom. Whitebeard's expression changed, and he felt that the strength of the boy opposite him seemed to have increased. Whitebeard slashed at Zyan with his cloud cut. Open hollow corner bracket breath of the sun shape of 4 fantasy sun rainbow close hollow corner bracket. Whoosh. Zyan was cut off by Lazy Yao. Immediately Whitebeard realized something was wrong. He didn't feel like he had hit the entity at all. Whitebeard immediately used observation haki and sensed that a person appeared behind him. He quickly turned around and stabbed. Breath of the sun shape of Wu Train. Whitebeard's weapon stabbed out from under Zyan's body. Zyan himself jumped up high, and after somersaulting forward, he swung a flaming arc and slashed vertically on Whitebeard's back. Poof. There is an extra wound on Whitebeard's back, which is also the only wound on Whitebeard's back. Dad. Many people's expressions changed greatly when they saw Whitebeard being chopped. Everyone in Marine suddenly became excited when they saw this scene. Great. Whitebeard is hurt. Sengoku was happy to see Whitebeard injured. He originally planned to use Uchiha Zyan to consume Whitebeard's physical strength. It would be best if he could hurt Whitebeard, but it wouldn't matter if he didn't. Whitebeard is old and weak, and coupled with his poor health, he will definitely not be able to fight for long. Zyan consumes enough of Whitebeard's physical strength, and the remaining Marine Admiral can kill Whitebeard. Well, advertisement. Whitebeard felt a burning pain in his wound. What's going on with this kid's swordsmanship and swordsmanship? He obviously used armament haki to defend himself, but he couldn't defend himself against the opponent's sword. Whitebeard endured the pain, clenched his fist and struck Zyan behind him. Dash exclamation mark quote. Click click click. The space shattered, and a strong shock wave hit Zyan's body. Bang. Zyan's body flew straight back. Boom. Zyan's whole body hit the city wall, smashing it into pieces. Zyan. When the Empress saw Zyan being hit head-on by Whitebeard's shock, she was very worried and wanted to rush over immediately. Boom. Zyan rushed out from the rubble. His clothes were a little dirty, but he seemed unscathed. How come? Many people were a little confused when they saw this scene. What happened? Wasn't he hit by Whitebeard's shock power? Why did he look like 10 people who were fine? He is indeed the strongest man in the world. He is indeed powerful. It seems that I have to take it seriously. In front of so many people from all over the world, Zyan felt that he had no face at all after being beaten away. He came here to fight Whitebeard. Although he had money reasons, more importantly, he wanted to let the whole world know Uchiha and make Uchiha's name resound throughout the world. It would be embarrassing if he was always beaten away. What he wants is Uchiha Zyan defeating the world's strongest Whitebeard, not the one who was beaten away by Whitebeard. Zyan opened the Mangekyo Sharingan, and the 3 Magatama in his eyes moved and turned into the shape of a 5-pointed star. His eyes. What happened to his eyes? Look, the shape of his eyes has changed. Zanyan's opening of Mangekyo Sharingan was being broadcast live worldwide at this time, and everyone saw the changes in Zanyan's eyes through the close-up on the big screen. Even though those eyes were looking through the live broadcast screen, everyone felt as if their hearts were being penetrated by these eyes, and many people couldn't help but look away. Advertisement. Immediately afterwards, Zyan closed his eyes and made a seal with one hand. When he opened his eyes again, Zanyan's eyes had eyeshadow. Sage Mode. As a Hokage fan, Zyan will naturally not let go of such a powerful move that can be called a plug-in. The one who was picked off by Zyan was none other than 4th Hokage Namikaze Minato, a good old man whose brain was chosen by the will of fire. After Zyan learned Rasengan and Flying Thunder God technique from Namikaze Minato, he struck while the iron was hot and learned Sage Mode from him. Namikaze Minato also wanted to improve the strength of the village. In addition, Zyan had made great contributions to Konoha village and was extremely talented, so he taught Zyan Sage Mode. Although there is no title of master and disciple, Uchiha Zyan and Namikaze Minato can be regarded as master and disciple. Zyan still respects Namikaze Minato very much. So in 820, after the death of Namikaze Minato and his wife, Zyan took great care of Uzumaki Naruto and taught Uzumaki Naruto many principles of life. So fast. Zyan held the hilt of the knife and said lightly, "The breath of the sun, the shape of one." Whitebeard felt a terrifying force coming from the clouds. Zanyan's changes attracted the attention of many people, and they were obviously very curious about what moves Zyan was going to use. Whitebeard's body exploded backwards. Dad. Whitebeard's body was poured directly into the Moby Dick, piercing the Moby Dick's hull from beginning to end. Boom. It's rude to come and not reciprocate. Everyone was shocked when they saw it. Before they could react, Zyan had already arrived in front of Whitebeard. Round dance. Boom boom boom. Where the two people collided, the ground beneath Whitebeard's feet exploded, and Haki's impact spread to the surroundings. Woo! Boom! Whitebeard quickly raised Kongyunchi to resist. The ground beneath Zanyan's feet exploded, and Zanyan appeared in front of Whitebeard in an instant. Advertisement. Chapter 152. If the balance is insufficient, please recharge. Advertisement. 8883. Quote. Been beaten away. Everyone was frightened when they saw this scene. Many people's faces became solemn. They felt that Uchiha Zanyan's speed and strength had increased again. Daddy. Many pirates immediately wanted to help Whitebeard. Don't panic. Whitebeard's voice sounded, which made many pirates stop. Whitebeard's figure walked out of the hull of another battleship, blood flowing from his forehead. Whitebeard is bleeding. Many people couldn't help but exclaim that the strongest man in the world was actually injured again. Is Uchiha Schwanyan so powerful? What a powerful kid. But my head is not that easy to get. If you want my head, come here. Whitebeard quickly turned the cloud cutter in his hand and stood aside and shouted. When Zanyan heard this, he raised the knife in his hand high. Then chop hard. A flaming slash struck out from Zanyan's sword. Swish. The frozen sea was cut open, and the Whitebeard pirate's huge battleship Moby DK was slashed in half by Zanyan. A white shock shield appeared on the Whitebeard bush cloud and struck towards Zanyan's slashing attack. Boom. Zanyan's flaming slash was shattered. Almost when Whitebeard shattered the flame slash, Zanyan appeared in front of Whitebeard. The two people started fighting constantly. Open hollow corner bracket breath of the sun shape of she-dragon of sun halo head dance close hollow corner bracket. Zanyan performed high-speed combos on Whitebeard like a flying dragon. Whitebeard kept swiping his knife to resist, but blood would spurt out from his body from time to time. Such wounds actually had little effect, but the sharp pain made the astonishingly persevering beard clench his teeth and look ferocious at this moment. Breath of the sun shape of she-fire dance. PFF'd. Zanyan passed by Whitebeard at high speed, and a cross-slash wound appeared on Whitebeard's left abdomen. Woo, whoosh. Whitebeard turned around and slashed with his sword. Advertisement. Boom 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 boom. The shock wave shattered the ice. The breath of the sun the shape of Ju the setting sun turns around. Zanyan's body dodged into the air, just in time to avoid Whitebeard's slash. Then he slashed horizontally in an inverted position. Whitebeard quickly lowered his head to dodge, and the sword blade passed over Whitebeard's head. Whitebeard quickly raised the knife and stabbed straight. If Zanyan was stabbed, his body would be penetrated. Zanyan's body instantly lifted up with a tap of his feet. This is the Marine 6 styles moonwalk, which allows people to quickly change direction even in the air. Breath of the sun shape of picking up brilliant grace. Zanyan spun at high speed and dropped from the sky, sending out a flaming spiral slash that Whitebeard couldn't react to. Poof. Whitebeard's chest was slashed with a gash. Beheaded again. Many people were extremely shocked. This is the first time Uchiha Zanyan has hurt Whitebeard. Many Marines, including everyone watching the live broadcast around the world, were very excited. Too strong. Uchiha Zanyan is so strong. That's Whitebeard, who is known as the strongest man in the world. Uchiha Zanyan actually suppressed Whitebeard almost the entire time. Where did this guy come from? Such strength is too powerful. Hawkeye couldn't help but clench the sword behind his back. The sword skills displayed by Zanyan made him, the world's greatest swordsman, tremble uncontrollably. This swordsmanship, this guy actually possesses such superb swordsmanship. If it weren't for this occasion, he really couldn't help but go up and have a duel with Uchiha Zanyan. This is really. Doflamingo also looked serious at this time. Although Whitebeard was old, a skinny camel was bigger than a horse. Uchiha Zanyan actually beat Whitebeard. Woo. Whitebeard endured the pain and clenched his fist, and a white transparent shock cover instantly appeared on his fist. Whitebeard shook his fist at Zanyan below. Swish. Susanoo. Zanyan activated Susanoo, and an orange-yellow transparent energy skeleton instantly appeared outside his body. Boom. Advertisement. The ice beneath Zanyan's feet exploded, and broken ice shards flew in all directions. But Whitebeard's fist was blocked by Susanoo. Click click click. Cracks appeared on Susanoo, just when it was about to break. Wow. On Zanyan's exoskeleton, a huge energy skeleton arm appeared, and then he clenched his fist towards Whitebeard. Whitebeard immediately held a knife in one hand to resist. Boom. Asterisk backquote. The powerful power made Whitebeard a little unable to bear it, but Whitebeard still gritted his teeth and supported himself. He would take this opportunity to deal with this kid. He has already felt the threat of this kid, after this kid opened those special eyes and the special eye shadow appeared on his face. Both speed and strength were greatly improved, even suppressing himself. There is also the ultimate swordsmanship, which is a huge threat. It would have been fine when I was young, but now I can no longer maintain such fast speed and strength. The most important thing is endurance. If we don't deal with this brat as soon as possible now, how will we deal with those admirals later? World government and Sengoku are so cunning. Wow. Another huge energy arm is generated. Oops. Whitebeard's expression changed when he saw this huge energy arm, but at this time, his hands were all restricted and he could not resist it at all. Bang. Susanoo's huge fist hit Whitebeard. Ooh. Whitebeard finally couldn't help but let out a scream. Boom. Whitebeard's huge body fell on the ice, and a huge crater was smashed into the ice, which continued to expand. Breath of the sun 2 types blue sky. Turn. Zyan fell on Whitebeard from above, slashing vertically with the knife in his hand like the sun drawing a circle. Daddy! All the pirates shouted in horror when they saw this scene, and almost everyone in the world was heartbroken. Suddenly, time seems to have stopped abruptly. The knife that was about to cut off Whitebeard's head suddenly stopped at Whitebeard's neck. Advertisement. Chapter 153 The Strongest Man in the World. Advertisement. For a moment, the entire world's time came to a standstill. Everyone stared blankly at the scene in front of them, so nervous that they even forgot to breathe. Time passed by second by second. Immediately afterwards, Zyan made an action that no one expected. Zyan put away the knife, reinserted it into the scabbard on his waist, and jumped off Whitebeard. This moment made everyone completely confused. What are you doing? Sengoku roared loudly at Zyan, and he was just a little bit close. As long as Zyan didn't stop just now, that man, the man who brought fear to the whole world, would be killed. Why didn't you kill him? Do you know what you did? How much he hated that he was not the one holding the knife. If he had held the knife, he could personally end this era of great pirates in front of everyone in the world. Zyan clasped her fingers in her ears and pouted and said, I know. But why should I kill him? We don't have any big grudges. On the contrary, the world government is still offering a reward for me. 703 inches. The reason why I stopped is very simple. I just accepted 5 billion berries from you, but you want me to live for 50 billion. There is no such good thing in this world. Sengoku was almost driven crazy by Zyan. Is that why you didn't do it? Do you know that killing Whitebeard is an honor that many people dream of? You actually gave up because of this little money. You know that if you kill him, you will be the hero who saves the world. What does a mere 50 billion mean? Money. Money. This guy simply recognizes money but not people. Sengoku couldn't believe that Uchiha Zyan gave up just like that. Who is that man? That is the man who brought terror to the world, the strongest man in the world, Whitebeard Edward Newgate. I don't know how many people are all aiming for the head of the strongest man in the world, because no man can refuse the temptation of the strongest man in the world. It can be said that the value of becoming the world's strongest man, and becoming the pirate king, are almost the same. With such a good opportunity right in front of him, Uchiha Zyan actually stopped doing it. Hero. I don't want to be a hero. I just run a security company. How much money do I get and how many things do I do? I want the horse to run, but I don't want the horse to eat grass. How can there be such a good thing in the world? Advertisement. That's right, I almost forgot to advertise. Zyan looked in the direction of the camera with a serious face. I am the president of Uchiha Security Company, Uchiha Zyan. I am currently undertaking security missions all over the world. Do you want your country to be peaceful and peaceful? Do you want your home to be free from pirate harassment? Do you want your life to be safe and joyful? Do you want your property to be free from infringement? If you want, go find Uchiha Security Company. We have the most professional team to provide you with services. The price is favorable. It is really not expensive. It will definitely give you value for money. For business details, please call the phone number *********. Group. The first 100 people who place an order will receive a small gift, first come first served. After saying that, Zyan even compared himself. Everyone was confused by Uchiha Zyan. What the hell? This is a battle for the top, and you are actually here to advertise your own company. Sudden. Lying on the ground, Whitebeard began to laugh. Whitebeard. After a while, Whitebeard sat up and looked at Uchiha Zyan beside him. Kid, you are so interesting. You are so strong. If I were still at my peak, I would definitely fight you for another 300 rounds. But now that I am old and my reactions have become slower, well. Even if I'm not slow, I can't compare to you, so I lost. Daddy. What? Whitebeard actually gave in. How can this be? All the pirates and marines at the scene, including all the viewers watching the live broadcast around the world, were stunned. Who Whitebeard is, that is the pinnacle that countless people are pursuing in this era. The world's strongest man, Whitebeard Edward Newgate. Advertisement. Being the strongest in the world has brought endless honors to Whitebeard, but it has also brought countless challenges. And Whitebeard destroyed all these challengers into the sea, which made Whitebeard famous. One Piece is the dream pursued by countless pirates. The strongest man in the world is an honor that all men dream of. Gall D. Roger is the pirate king, but the strongest man in the world belongs to this man, Whitebeard Edward Newgate. And this man actually gave in now. This man may have been defeated, but he never gave up. Now to say to a young man that he has given up, is really unbelievable. Whitebeard stood up slowly and put his palm on Uchiha Zyan's shoulder. I declare. From today on, the title of, the strongest man in the world belongs to him. Uchiha Zyan. What? Whitebeard said Uchiha Zyan is the new, world's strongest man. Really? Is that young man the strongest in the world? That's what Whitebeard admitted himself. How could he lie? Quick. This is super big news. Report to the headquarters quickly. You must not miss this kind of news. It must be distributed to the whole world as soon as possible. Whitebeard's words undoubtedly caused an earthquake like a landslide and tsunami around the world. Whitebeard. Sengoku roared with a ferocious expression. As Sengoku, known as the resourceful general, of course he understood how much shock Whitebeard's words would cause. He finally designed this top-level duel just to solve the problem of Whitebeard. But Whitebeard actually gave away his title of the strongest man in the world. What a joke. Doesn't this mean that even if he finally solves the problem of Whitebeard, a more troublesome guy will be born again? How can he not be angry? Advertisement. Chapter 154. Are you interested in taking orders? Advertisement. She. Things have gotten really big. It's really an interesting development. Doflamingo, who was squatting on the city wall, licked his lips. Jahea. Whitebeard actually did something like this. This is so interesting. Gecko Moria said with a strange smile, giving away the title of the strongest man in the world means that Whitebeard has passed on his honor. That young man has that kind of strength. The eagle eyes were fixed on Uchiha Zyan. The swordsmanship that Uchiha Zyan used just now shocked him extremely. He could not imagine how such peak swordsmanship could be displayed by a 7-year-old boy. The seemingly scattered sword moves are actually returned one after another, and they are interlocking. Each move seems to be a perfect successor to the next move. It didn't seem like there were many sword moves, but actually only one move. -8. Eagle eyes lit up. Zanyan's swordsmanship gave him great inspiration. He felt that he had thought of the direction of his breakthrough in swordsmanship. Empress Boa Hancock looked at Uchiha Zanyan with unabashed admiration. She knew that her man was extremely powerful, and even now he was fighting against Whitebeard, but he still didn't show his full strength. Even so, Uchiha Zanyan still defeated Whitebeard. Let Whitebeard admit defeat in shame. He even gave away the title of the strongest man in the world. The only person who can match the strongest man in the world is the most beautiful woman in the world. In other words, I and Zanyan are a perfect match. Aokiji frowned and looked at Zanyan on the battlefield and said, Hey. Things are getting more troublesome. Kizaru had an indifferent attitude. So what if he is the strongest man in the world? Even if he gets such a title, it will not increase his combat power. The problem now is that that boy may have the strongest strength in the world. Quote. HMPH. An old guy is still playing tricks before he dies. Which world is the strongest? I have never admitted it. It's just something a bunch of boring guys brag about. Just kill them all. The world where death is the strongest. Is being strong still considered the strongest? Advertisement. Akainu said unceremoniously that he didn't care whether he was the strongest in the world or not. In the face of absolute justice, the strongest in the world must fall. Marine Staff Officer Granny frowned and said, This is really an unexpected development. PFF ha. Whitebeard. What a beautiful job. PFF ha. Garp laughed heartlessly on the side. 9 Snakes Island. Very good. Master Zanyan is the strongest man in the world. Master Zanyan is the strongest man in the world, and Master Shiji is the most beautiful woman in the world. The two of them are a perfect match. That's right. Many people in the Uchiha clan were very excited when they saw this scene. The strongest man in the world. He belongs to the Uchiha clan. Then they, the Uchiha clan, must strive to become the strongest clan in the world. Brother Zanyan is so awesome. I will be as awesome as Brother Zanyan in the future. Sasuke, who was only 6 years old, looked at Uchiha Zanyan with bright eyes. He liked his brother Uchiha Itachi very much, but the one he admired most was Uchiha Zanyan. Then you have to work hard to practice. Uchiha Makoto touched Sasuke's head and said lovingly. The strongest man in the world. Zanyan's achievements in the ninja world are no less than this title. Uchiha Fugaku said with emotion, Uchiha Zanyan is called God in the ninja world, which is the highest honor in the ninja world. There are only a handful of people who can be called gods, even in the thousands of years of history of the ninja world. After he came to this world, he learned the power system of this world, and he also felt that his strength had improved greatly. Advertisement. He understands that every world is a huge treasure. Now if he returns to Konoha village, he will be more confident that he can successfully launch a coup. But he doesn't want to think about that for the time being, because he hasn't reached that point yet. 0. Please give me flowers. Konoha village, they will definitely go back, but not now. Their strength is still improving rapidly, the family is also expanding rapidly, and the family's strength is in a period of rapid rise. When the family becomes stronger and the losses in occupying Konoha are smaller, they will go back. By then, not only Konoha village, but other ninja villages will also belong to their Uchiha clan. If it continues, it may be true that as Zanyan said, the Uchiha family will conquer all heavens and worlds. Thinking of this, Uchiha Fugaku's heartbeat couldn't help but accelerate. Hey, I'm kind enough to let you go, but you've caused me a lot of trouble. Although he said this, Zanyan was still slightly excited. After all, for a man, the strongest charm in the world is almost irresistible. 0. Whitebeard laughed and said, Grr. From the moment you knocked me down, you have been in endless trouble. Uchiha Zanyan, don't forget that you signed the contract. Sengoku was furious when he saw Uchiha Zanyan chatting with Whitebeard. I came to ask you to deal with Whitebeard, not to chat with Whitebeard. Yes, originally I signed a security contract, and I was supposed to be responsible for not letting anyone take Ace away. Don't you want me to take the initiative to deal with Whitebeard temporarily? I also took action. I consumed a lot of Whitebeard's energy and injured Whitebeard. Shisui also faced off against Marco, the captain of the first team, and also killed many pirates. Not to mention anything else, just the pirates I defeated. The total bounty for the thieves is over 3 billion, which is probably 100 million. Including some miscellaneous things, I feel that I have contributed far more than 5 billion berry in remuneration. This is more than buying and selling your world government, but I have not suffered at all. Many people couldn't help but think about it after hearing Zyan's words. Indeed, just looking at the value of Zyan's work, it is indeed far more than 5 billion berry. Whitebeard looked at Zyan and said, "Kid, I admire you very much. I wonder if you are interested in taking a business order." Advertisement. Chapter 155. He is going to show off his power. Advertisement. Uchiha Zyan. Sengoku roared nervously, and the other marines present became nervous when they heard this. Even the 3 admirals of headquarters sat upright. They have all seen the strength of Uchiha Zyan, the guy who defeated Whitebeard one-on-one. Every move of such a monster may have a major impact on the entire war situation. You don't have to shout so loudly. I'm not deaf. Don't worry. The most important thing for us in security is integrity. This transaction is over, but we won't take the order immediately. Wouldn't that look like we are Uchiha security? The company is duplicitous. I am different from you marine and world government. Don't judge a gentleman with a villain's heart. 11. Sengoku breathed a sigh of relief when he heard Zyan's words. If Uchiha Zyan and Uchiha Shisui, 630, the 2 top fighters in the world, join the Whitebeard pirates, the situation will be bad. But when he heard Uchiha Zyan insulting the world government and marine, a surge of anger arose in his heart. Ever since this kid appeared, he had been constantly angry, as if he was born to be his nemesis. Well said. World government and naval headquarters are hypocritical villains. Gu la 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 la. Whitebeard laughed. Although he was defeated, he was in an extremely good mood, as if a pressure had been relieved. Shisui. Coming. Uchiha Shisui released a bolt of lightning and easily got rid of Marco's entanglement. Only then did Marco feel that the other party seemed to have never thought about solving him from beginning to end. If he hadn't fought in person, he really wouldn't have been able to imagine that such a young boy had such terrifying strength. The newspaper said that Uchiha Shisui's strength is comparable to Admiral, which seems to be not a rumor. Shisui came to Zyan. Zyan patted Shisui's body, and Shisui and Zyan flew into the air together, as if they were watching a show. Sengoku was so angry that his teeth itched when he saw this scene, but he was helpless. Clang. Whitebeard stood Kong Yunchi next to his body and Haki shouted. From now on I am not the strongest man in the world, but the father of a group of children. You want to kill my child? Then step over my body. You brats. If you are not afraid of death, just come with me. Ooh, maybe. Hearing Whitebeard's words, all the pirates' momentum immediately rose. No matter whether their father was defeated or not, he would always be their most respected father. Sengoku also shouted with a serious face, everyone is on his way. He is going to show off his power. The strongest man in the world. Whitebeard is out. Advertisement. Open the way for Dad. All the pirates began to attack aggressively. I won't let you enter the square, Whitebeard pirates. Boom. Ooh. The giant Vice Admiral John swung his sword and knocked away many pirates with one blow. In front of these giants, normal humans were inferior to their giant children. It can be said that the giant is uniquely blessed by nature, and it is not an exaggeration to say that he is born to be the strongest warrior. Clang. Giant John rushed in front of Whitebeard and slashed at Whitebeard with his huge blade. However, Whitebeard raised Kong Yunchi with one hand and was easily blocked. Whitebeard said in a deep voice, I can't block that kid's attack, but that doesn't mean I can't block you. Don't get in the way. Giant John yelled. Don't even think about passing here. When Whitebeard heard this, he simply plunged Kong Yunchi into the ground. His hands were grasping in the air. Then he fell sideways. Giant John lost his balance and fell sideways. Wah! The ground is tilting. This is not just an earthquake. The entire island and sea are tilting. Ooh, many warships tilted and overturned, and many marines fell from the warships. Houses on Marine's headquarters in Marineford were also shattered and cracked. Amazing. Shisui was shocked when he saw this scene in the air. This power was too powerful. That's the power of shock fruit. Zyan looked down, a strange light flashing in his eyes. Whitebeard jumped up and punched Giant John. Click click click. Advertisement. There are cracks in the air. The terrifying shock impact was transmitted through Giant John's body to the wall behind him. Boom. The city wall was directly shattered by Whitebeard's vibration, creating a huge hole and rushing towards the execution platform. Good job, Dad. It's about to reach the execution platform. Keep going. Destroy it. Boom 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 boom. Suddenly, just when the shock was about to touch the execution platform, it changed and turned towards the small town. What happened? Missed the execution platform. Why is it off track? Ah, it's San Admiral. The smoke dispersed, and all 3 naval headquarters admirals appeared in front of the execution platform, using armament Haki to deflect the shocking impact. Aokiji looked at the many pirates rushing down below and said, Alala. They look a little crazy. It's so scary. Kizaru continued to talk about how scary it was, but there was still no sign of fear on his face. Huh, I wasted a lot of time. Akainu felt very dissatisfied with Zyan's behavior of escaping from the battlefield, but the other party was not a world government guy, but a bounty criminal. After Whitebeard was dealt with, it would be that guy's turn. Whitebeard has moved, let's all do it too. 5.4. After all, if we continue to delay and let the old man regain his strength, the world government's 5 billion will be in vain. Boo hoo hoo. After Kizaru said this, his body turned into golden light spots, which gathered together in the air, emitting a dazzling light that pierced many people's eyes. Kizaru appears. The appearance of Admiral Kizaru immediately aroused the vigilance of many people, although the reputation of Admiral of Headquarters has been somewhat damaged recently due to Uchiha Zyan and Uchiha Shisui. However, Marine Admiral still represents the highest combat power of the world government. The combat effectiveness is real. 8-footed Magatama. Boo hoo hoo. A large number of golden light bullets shot towards Whitebeard below like raindrops. Hey, it's too dazzling. Advertisement. Chapter 156. Big Melee. Advertisement. Immortal Thistle. Marco flew in front of Whitebeard and blocked all the attacks. I won't let you hurt my old man even a hair. Oh, it's so scary. Akainu also started to take action. Akainu's right arm began to surge with large amounts of magma. Great eruption. Akainu's right arm forms a giant fist of lava that shoots into the sky like a volcano erupting. Boom. The huge fist of magma exploded and turned into countless volcanic projectiles shooting downwards. Boom 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 boom. Ooh, it's Admiral Akainu. Akainu also acted. Hey hey hey, these fireworks are too fancy. Whitebeard's cloud cut easily penetrated a volcanic bomb, and then blew against it, extinguishing the flames of the volcanic bomb. ... It's like watching the end of the world. Everyone who watched the live broadcast '08 was shocked by the power of this Akainu attack. You only get candles for your birthday cake, Magma Boy. Hee hee hee. Don't you like a luxurious funeral, Whitebeard? Snake Princess. Snake Princess. Don't stop. Don't be afraid. Rush to the square. At this time, heavy footsteps sounded, and a huge figure slowly emerged in the distance. So big, Shisui saw the figure of the visitor clearly, as tall as a mountain, and couldn't help but be very surprised. This world is really magical, and there is such a huge life. Zyan also saw the person coming and was a little surprised. This was the first time he saw such a huge guy. Finally come on, little Oz. Crane Vice Admiral recognized him immediately when he saw him. They must be the descendants of Oz the Thief. Doberman exclaimed. It's so big. It has surpassed the giants in common sense. Advertisement. Since being beaten in Eni's lobby, Doberman's injuries have long since recovered, and this time he joined the Marines to face the Whitebeard pirates. Brother Ace is so good. I will never let him die. Oh. Little Oz rushed over, brandishing a huge weapon. Gecko Moria shouted excitedly, Chihehehe. Are the descendants of Oz under Whitebeard? They seem to want it. They seem to want his body. Nagging, my hands are itchy. Marines' giant troops were all dispatched at this moment, specifically to deal with little Oz. This is the first time I have to look up to others. Isn't it? It's our job to stop that guy. The giants are naturally the strongest warriors. The world government specially abducted some children of the giants and trained them to become world government officers when they grew up. They didn't know they were abducted and thought they were rescued by the world government. Under the influence of justice for many years, they have completely become members of the Marines. Many people have never even returned to the country of the giants. Keep shooting. He is human too. It won't be useless. Boom 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 boom. The cannonballs kept falling on little Oz. With such a big target, there was no need to worry about the cannonballs hitting the target. Ozzy. No way. You will be a target. Ace shouted anxiously. Brother Ace, I'm going to your place right now. Bear Paw Impact. When little Oz arrived near the fence, Big Bear took action. Boom. A terrifying impact fell on little Oz. Little Oz's body fell over, blood flowed from his body, and he was directly seriously injured by the bear's blow. At least, we have to take care of one Shichibukai. Little Oz punched Doflamingo below, but Doflamingo unexpectedly took the initiative to cause trouble for him. PFF'd. Little Oz's calf was cut off by something unknown. Interesting. So interesting. Doflamingo, you be asterisk. D. Why did you cut off his legs? I clearly said I wanted his body. Go. Kaku knife shadow. Poof. Advertisement. Gecko Moria gathered the shadows into a spear and pierced Oz's chest. Ozzy. Captain Oz. Damn it. Those bastards of Shichibukai. It's too big. It's a complete target. Shisui shook his head. Zyan explained. Hugeness is both his advantage and disadvantage. His huge body gives him immense strength, but his speed is not agile enough. There are few ships in the world that can carry such a huge body. The key is that he can't use armament haki, so he can only become a target. The strength of the giants who can use haki is still very terrifying. Oz. Whitebeard couldn't help but feel a little sad when he saw Oz fall. The flaw has been exposed. Whitebeard, you don't have time to be sentimental. Only those who stand at the top can rewrite good and evil. This is neutrality right here and now. Click. The huge axe was shattered, and Whitebeard jumped up, grabbed the Vice Admiral's helmet, and pinned it to the ground. Vice Admiral, a giant holding a giant axe, struck at Whitebeard from behind. Whitebeard strode forward, and the others all rushed forward fearlessly after hearing his father's words. A real melee officially started, and countless people continued to die. Only the winner is justice. Children who don't know what peace is, and children who don't know what war is, have different values. Click. Will justice prevail? That's natural. Ozzy, your death will not be in vain. I have sacrificed a giant Vice Admiral to you. The helmet on the giant vice admiral's head was broken, his whole body was bleeding to death, and his brain was turned into paste by the shock. Whitebeard didn't look back, bought 800 and threw it back. Doflamingo laughed excitedly when he saw the melee. Sheesh. Move over Oz. Keep moving. Ronsa Vice Admiral. This concept has been refreshed countless times. Pirates are evil. Marines are justice. Advertisement. Chapter 157 The man behind Impel Down. Advertisement. 2 walls in the bay have been breached. Marshal Sengoku. I see. Sengoku took out the phone bug and said, Suru, it's time to implement the battle plan. He didn't trust Uchiha Zyan in the first place. The reason why he let Uchiha Zyan come over may not be that he didn't intend to let Uchiha Zyan and the Whitebeard pirates fight against each other. They would benefit from each other and solve the Uchiha security company together. But the combat power displayed by Uchiha Zyan once again exceeded his expectations. Uchiha Zyan actually almost killed Whitebeard. No, I can't say it was almost, it was just that the kid suddenly stopped when he was about to kill Whitebeard. I don't know if the kid stopped because he sensed the danger, or if it was just because the money wasn't enough, as the kid said. But no matter which reason it is, it doesn't matter now. Whitebeard must be dealt with first before we can deal with that kid. Attention all ships and soldiers. The target is TOTTZ, change the formation, carry out the third routine operation, prepare quickly without any mistakes. After preparations are completed, Ace's execution will be carried out in advance. Gu la 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 la. What the hell are you planning? The resourceful general, Buddha's Sengoku. Naturally, Marine's sudden change in movements could not be hidden from Whitebeard. As Sengoku's old rival, he knew what kind of character his old rival was. Although that boy is surprisingly powerful, he is definitely not what Sengoku can rely on. Sengoku will not trust the forces that are hostile to the world government, even if the boy is not a pirate. So Whitebeard is always on guard. At this time, Garp walked over to Ace and sat down. Quote. Sengoku frowned. What are you doing here, Garp? Do you have any objections to combat? No, my opponent is a pirate, there is nothing to sympathize with. In that case, shut up. It doesn't matter, I just stay here. Although I don't sympathize with bad people, but my family is different. What should I do? Ace, brat, why don't you live like I said? Garp's body couldn't help shaking. At this moment, he finally couldn't bear it anymore and couldn't help but shed tears. He once wanted Ace to become Marine. That way, we would not be faced with a scene like today where the grandfather wants to execute the death penalty for his grandson. Quote. Advertisement. Sengoku warned. At this point, if there is any trouble, even you, I will show no mercy, Garp. HMPH. If you really had this intention, you would have taken action earlier. A shadow suddenly appeared in the sky, and at the same time many people screamed, and a marine battleship was seen falling from the sky like an onion. Boom. The ship fell into the sea, and only that area was free of ice. Ace, I'm here to save you. A man on board shouted towards the execution platform. Luffy. Ace couldn't believe that his brother actually appeared here to save him. Soon, many people saw a lot of people emerging from the battleship, and almost all of them were pirates. 2 Shichibukai, Sand Crocodile and Jinbei. And the revolutionary Emporio Ivankov. These are all famous guys. These are criminals imprisoned in Impel Down. Garp, it's your family, again. Sengoku roared at Garp. Fortunately, Uchiha Zyan was not a family member of Garp, otherwise he would have had the urge to punch Garp to death. Luffy. Garp's head was about to explode when he saw Luffy appear. Why does this brat dare to come anywhere? Grass, hat, little, Z. Gecko Moria was almost furious when he saw the guy who had caused him to lose everything appeared again. Aokiji frowned. A powerful guy is here. Kizaru said. The situation is getting more and more chaotic. Sengoku yelled at Jinbei. Is this your answer, Muhei? Advertisement. That's right. Lousy won't do, Shichibukai, anymore. When he agreed to become the 7 warlords of the sea, it was mainly for the safety of the Fishmen Island, but the one who protects the Fishmen Island has always been Dad, not the world government at all. And his good brother Ace is about to be executed. Although he feels sorry for the people of the Fishmen Island, he wants to fight with his father to rescue Ace. A figure appeared behind Whitebeard, with a huge iron hook on his arm ready to attack Whitebeard. Backquote. The crocodile attacks open hollow corner bracket Whitebeard close hollow corner bracket. Marine didn't expect such a turn of events. Daddy. The pirates suddenly became worried. Long time no see, Whitebeard. Crocodile said immediately. Suddenly, Luffy's figure appeared and kicked Crocodile's hook away. What are you doing, Straw Hat Boy? I have reached an agreement with you, right? Why are you protecting Whitebeard? Is this uncle really Whitebeard? Then don't attack him. Because Ace likes this uncle very much. Whitebeard glanced at Crocodile and said, Crocodile. It's been a long time since I last saw you, but you're already late. The title of the strongest man in the world no longer belongs to me. No Lee how even if you kill me, and you won't get the honor you want. Crocodile frowned and said, what nonsense are you talking about? I'm not talking nonsense. Before you came, there was a man who had completely defeated me. I have given him the title of the strongest man in the world. Who is it? Crocodile couldn't help but frown when he heard this. A man like Whitebeard didn't bother to lie. Whitebeard said nothing, raised his head and looked into the air. Only then did Luffy and others notice that there were two figures floating in midair, overlooking the entire battlefield. It's you. After Luffy recognized Zyan, his eyes lit up and he waved happily and shouted. Uchiha Zyan, thank you for sending me to Impel Down. If it wasn't for you, I don't know how I got in there. Advertisement. Chapter 158. The mastermind behind the scenes is really not me. Advertisement. The entire battlefield was shocked by what Luffy shouted. What does this mean? Uchiha Zyan was also involved in the Impel Down jailbreak. It was Uchiha Zyan who sent Luffy into Impel Down. The culprit behind the Impel Down jailbreak incident is Luffy. And Luffy was ordered by Uchiha Zyan. So that means Uchiha Zyan is the mastermind behind the escape of Impel Down criminals. Why? Why did Uchiha Zyan do this? Wasn't he hired by Marine? Could it be that Uchiha Zyan is playing a super big game? Even the entire battlefield on the top is actually part of Uchiha Zanyan's plan. Various speculations arise from everyone's minds. Zyan helplessly held his forehead. He already knew the situation of Impel Down at this moment. Report. Marshal Sengoku, contact has been restored over there at Impel Down. Almost all the prisons on Impel Down's floors have been destroyed, and a large number of pirates have escaped. They also sent over surveillance photos. This is what the culprit looks like. A Marine signal trooper gave a faxed picture to Marshal Sengoku. Seeing this picture, Sengoku's blood pressure suddenly soared 887, and the expression on his face couldn't help but twist and twitch. Uchiha Zyan. This was the first time Sengoku had roared at Uchiha Zyan, and his voice was even hoarse. I heard it. I heard it. Why are you always shouting so loudly? It's not like I'm hard of hearing. Zyan covered his ears with his hands and complained. You have to give me an explanation. You accepted employment from the world government. You also destroyed the Impel Down prison. What is your purpose? I said, if I said that I was not the one who destroyed Impel Down, would you believe it? Almost everyone has an expression that would be weird if they believed you. Advertisement. I tell the truth, why don't you believe it? In order to prove that he was telling the truth, Zyan performed the shadow clone technique by forming a seal with one hand. Bang! A figure exactly like Uchiha Zyan appeared next to Uchiha Zyan. What? Uchiha Zyan turned into two. Is Uchiha Zyan actually a twin brother? Zyan explained. This is my clone. When you called my branch, I happened to give this to the Straw Hat Boy. As for what he did, I don't know, although it is my clone. But he also has his own thoughts. I'm determined to be One Piece. Bang! As soon as the clone finished shouting these words, Uchiha Zyan punched the clone in the face. The clone fell towards the ground and turned into smoke in the air and dissipated. The clone is made of chakra, and disappearing means becoming chakra again. This B****************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** What did he just say? He seems to be saying that he is determined to be the Pirate King. Did he want to be the Pirate King? That's why he destroyed Impel Down. Did he want to take in the powerful pirates inside? Zyan quickly explained. Misunderstanding. It's all a misunderstanding. That's not my idea at all, but my clones. Uchiha Shisui asked Zyan. Brother Zyan, doesn't Shadow Clone also have the same memory as us? Do you also have the idea of becoming the Pirate King? It's not this time. Why are you here to cause trouble, my stupid brother? No, absolutely not. I am a serious person. Doing serious business. It is impossible to be a pirate, and I will never be a pirate in this life. Gu la 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 la. Who can say for sure what the future will bring? Boy, if you become a pirate, I am very optimistic about you becoming the Pirate King. Whitebeard is happy to watch the excitement. The big one smiled and said, who let this brat almost kill him? Although he is older, he still has a temper. What? Whitebeard is optimistic about Uchiha Zyan becoming the future Pirate King. This is an affirmation from the strongest man in the world. Advertisement. This is huge news. ... Media reporters from all over the world have begun to write and prepare to report first. Zyan was speechless. Forget it, I won't explain anymore. In the eyes of others, any explanation is just a cover-up, and cover-up is the truth. Shisui is right, his shadow clone does have its own desires, and he doesn't know what each shadow clone's desires are. And, as Whitebeard said, who can say for sure what will happen in the future? If he is in a bad mood one day, he might just become a pirate. At this time, Luffy shouted loudly to Zyan. I am the one who wants to become the Pirate King. Whitebeard noticed Luffy. Boy, that straw hat looks very similar to the one the redhead wore before. Uncle, do you know Shanks? Shanks entrusted me to keep it at this time. Are you here to save your brother? Whitebeard heard Ace mention that he had a younger brother and even showed off to him. That's right. If you hold me back, I can't forgive you. You're a young boy. I will do it my own way. Ace, let me save him. Kizaru said to Sengoku. Can these guys all be sentenced to death, right? Marshal Sengoku. Certainly. What just happened was just a small episode, and the battle started again. Pirates and Marines fought together again. The pirates are all rushing to land on the beach, intending to save Ace. The Marines are doing their best to stop it, and their lives are constantly being sacrificed in the midst of swords and gunfire. Scenes like this have long been commonplace for Zyan. He used to be greatly touched by the loss of a person's life. Later, After Zyan experienced the Third Ninja War, he became more and more accustomed to it and even became a little indifferent. Gradually, he also learned how to adjust. He only cared about the lives of the people he cared about, and other people had nothing to do with him. At this time, Zyan sensed something, and his eyes slowly moved downwards, and he saw a crocodile looking at him with burning eyes. You can be brave, but don't be blinded by your ignorance. I'm not as kind as Whitebeard, crocodile. Advertisement. Chapter 159. If you dare to default on your debt, try it. Advertisement. Lousy hates people threatening me the most. And Lousy also hates looking up at others. Shalon. A small sandstorm appeared in Crocodile's hand, and then he quickly released it towards Zyan, and the sandstorm quickly grew in size. Roll towards Zyan and Shisui. They are just two brats, but they are so shameless. Whitebeard is really old and useless. To be defeated by such a brat, then he is not even as good as such a brat. He didn't want to admit it. If this is the case, then he will kill these two guys. Click. A thunderbolt fell from the sky and hit the sandstorm. Boom. The sandstorm was dispersed by lightning. What? Crocodile was surprised. Thunder and lightning, could it be that the opponent was also Logia demon fruit power? Zyan said calmly. Since he took the initiative, let's arrest him. Logia's sand fruit, even though it's not very interesting, is still a Logia devil fruit. Shisui nodded, his body turned into a bolt of lightning, and he quickly rushed towards Crocodile. Your Excellency Marshal, you are ready. Are the deployments in Gulf Coast also in place? Yes, everything is in place. At this time, many pirates and people watching the live broadcast were a little confused. Have preparations for the execution begun? The time hasn't come yet. Isn't it still far from the time for announcement? Sengoku ordered. Cut off the video phone bug immediately. If the world has a sense of distrust towards us, it will be terrible. The tragedy that will happen next will be too exciting for a peaceful world. There is no need to everything is made public. A few hours later, the message that spread throughout the world only needed the word, victory. At this time, many figures appeared outside Marine Headquarters Marineford, forming a siege. Who are they? Big Bear. Advertisement. Ivankov was dumbfounded when he saw the appearance of these people. I saw that these people were all exactly the same as the Big Bear, one of the 7 warlords of the sea. Is that the legendary humanoid weapon of the government? Whitebeard has also heard about this. After all, as the target of the world government, they will always pay attention to the movements of the world government. Zan Momomaru, who was carrying a double-edged axe, stood in front of these pacifists and said, Boys. Are you tired of waiting? It's finally our turn. It's Shichibukai, Bartholomew Big Bear. How come there are so many Big Bears? Can the Big Bear also have a clone? Many people think that Dashong also knows the clone technique like Uchiha Zyan. Come on, pacifist. Following Zan Momomaru's order, these pacifists raised their palms, and laser beams very similar to Kizaru shot out from their palms. Boom 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 boom. The bombardment of the explosion even affected the naval headquarters' own personnel. Whitebeard saw this and ordered, don't worry about the enemies behind. Guys, attack the square directly. Now being attacked from the front and back by the enemy, this is simply unavoidable due to the numerical advantage of naval headquarters, so we can only concentrate on one point to break the situation. With the escape route cut off, the pirates attack even more crazily. Sengoku also issued an order. All members should evacuate the ice immediately. They must not be allowed to board the square. When all the scenes are interrupted, activate the surrounding wall. Immediately execute Ace's execution and kill all the enemies in one fell swoop. Clear. After a while, Sengoku asked, has the live broadcast been cut off? No. Please wait a moment. Hey, what's going on? Stop dawdling. No, it's the last image of the phone bug. Where is it? Tell me quickly. In the hands of Uchiha Zyan. Advertisement. Sengoku was stunned when he heard this. He raised his head and looked at Uchiha Zyan. Sure enough, Uchiha Zyan was holding an image phone bug in his hand and was flying around the battlefield to broadcast live. 0. Please give me flowers. Everyone. What do you want to watch? Do you want to watch Whitebeard or do you want to watch Marine Admiral? I can play whatever you want to watch. Uchiha Zyan. When Sengoku saw this scene, he was so angry that his blood pressure soared. It's you again. Can't you just give me some peace of mind? Turn off the video phone bug immediately. No, if I don't close it, you will never get the remaining balance of 2.5 billion. Zyan's expression turned cold when he heard this. You can try it. If you dare to cheat on me, Uchiha Security Company, believe it or not, I will make the Marine headquarters completely clean up the world today. 0. Quote. Sengoku's face turned very ugly when he heard Zyan's threat, but he could not break out at this time. Even naval headquarters would pay a heavy price to deal with Uchiha Security Company and Whitebeard pirates at the same time. The Whitebeard pirates are easy to talk about because they have Ace as a bargaining chip, but Uchiha Zyan is a leader who has no scruples. If you really want to default on your debt, it's very likely that as the other party said, the Marine headquarters will be completely wiped out from this world. Good hockey. How dare you speak to Marshal Marine like that? As Uchiha Security Company so powerful? Not even the Marshal of Naval Headquarters dared to default on his debt. Everyone in the world saw Uchiha Zyan angrily criticizing Marine Marshal Sengoku, but Sengoku dared not speak out in anger, and everyone was talking about it. Damn it, I don't care about so much anymore. Just do it, Yan. Upon hearing this, Akainu's arms burst out with large amounts of magma, forming magma fists. Open hollow corner bracket meteor volcano close hollow corner bracket. Akainu shouted loudly and kept firing his fists into the sky. Soon, fists formed from magma continued to fall from the sky like meteors, as if the end of the world was coming. Clang. A pirate who was fighting in the bay raised his head and looked at the sky. The weapon in his hand fell to the ground involuntarily, with a desperate expression on his face. As this, the end of the world. Advertisement. Chapter 160 Is this war? Advertisement. Not just one pirate, but many pirates couldn't help but feel despair when they saw such a scene. Even the viewers who were broadcast through the video phone bug were watching the scene in front of them in great shock. As this, Marine Admiral, recently, I have always heard that Uchiha Zyan injured two admirals in a one-on-one battle, and Uchiha Shisui did not fall behind in a one-on-one battle against Marine Admiral. Everyone thought that the Marine Admiral was nothing more than a unit of measurement. But after seeing Aokiji's frozen sea and Akainu's doomsday-like meteor volcano, everyone understood why Marine Admiral is the highest combat power of the world government. Boom 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 boom. Huge fists hit the ice. Hooah. The terrifying impact of 520 killed countless people. Moreover, the high temperature of the magma melted all the ice surfaces, and many people who could not escape fell into the sea water. Not even Whitebeard can stop this. Many wanted to escape. Boom boom. Thick walls suddenly rose under the sea water, surrounding all the pirates. Upon seeing this, Whitebeard immediately punched the wall. Dash exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. Click click click. Cracks appeared in the air, and terrifying shock waves hit the walls. The impact of the collision spread to the surroundings, blowing many people away. The iron wall is not broken. Old Dad's ability can't even do anything about it. All the pirates couldn't believe it when they saw the iron wall that was almost intact but slightly deformed. The operation has been successfully completed. Portgas d'Ace will be executed immediately. As the death penalty about to be carried out, the world government really does not intend to execute the death penalty on time. What does it matter? This is how you should deal with evil pirates. Through the phone bug in Zanyan's hand, many places around the world were talking about the live broadcast. Advertisement. Some say that the world government is dishonest, while others say that the world government is doing the right thing. But no matter what they say, they can't change the status quo. The current situation is surrounded by everything. The only gap is that part of Oz's body is pressed by him, making it impossible for the iron wall to rise. Boom 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 boom. The muzzle on the iron wall began to attack the middle part indiscriminately, which is what Marine is best at. Although it looks boring, there is no doubt that it is very useful. Even an armament hockey master cannot withstand the explosion of the shell indefinitely. Now that the pirates, ships and footholds are gone, they have all become targets. At this time, a pirate ship broke through the water and rushed out. Many pirates who fell into the sea because they had no foothold were all on the ship. Everyone, get on the boat quickly. Pirates who fell into the sea boarded the ship one after another. No way, it's a ship. There is actually another coated ship. Oops, I've been lurking under the sea all this time. Whitebeard said. I didn't say these are the only ships we have. Since the opponent is the resourceful general, Sengoku, Whitebeard will naturally not be unprepared. He originally planned to rescue Ace and everyone will escape from the bottom of the sea in a boat, but at this time he had to use it. The huge battleship carried everyone and quickly crashed into the gap. Oops, they invaded the surrounding wall. All the pirates jumped off the ships and poured into the square. Capture Marine headquarters. Rescue Ace. This time Whitebeard took the lead and rushed to the front. The huge cloud-cutting blade was wrapped with vibrating force, and then he swung it hard. Boom boom boom. I don't know how many Marine soldiers were all blown away by this force, screaming in pain. Z raised his fist and roared, boys, save Ace. Destroy Marine headquarters. Advertisement. Seeing that Whitebeard had led people into the square, Sengoku couldn't help but roll up his sleeves. In this case, we must also prepare for a battle. Whitebeard assumed the same posture again. Many Marines were shocked. He's going to use that trick again. That move just now killed a large number of Marines. Puck. Aokiji stopped in front of Whitebeard and released 5 icicles. The icicles fell on Whitebeard and instantly froze Whitebeard in the ice. Whitebeard is frozen. Crack. Cracks appeared on the ice. Ouch. No way. I can't seem to freeze due to the vibration. Boom. The ice exploded and Whitebeard stabbed into Aokiji's body. Is it impaled by hockey? Is Aokiji dead now? Stop saying stupid things. If Marine Admiral only has so much ability, how can he destroy you pirates? As this, war. The blow even caused blood to flow from the corner of Aokiji's mouth. Gu lala. Then just keep an eye on it. Suddenly, a figure appeared very quickly and bumped into Aokiji with his elbow. Soon, the most intense battles began, with Whitebeard versus Akainu, Aokiji versus Josie, and Kizaru versus Marco. Everyone around the world watching this live broadcast was almost silent. Boom. Diamond. 4.9 Josie. Whitebeard swung the machete again. A figure appeared in front of Whitebeard, raised his feet and released magma to resist Whitebeard's attack. Aokiji grabbed Somo Kiri with both hands and froze the Somo Kiri and his body together, making it impossible for Whitebeard to pull it out. The person who knocked Aokiji away was none other than Diamond Josie, the captain of the 3rd Division of the Whitebeard Pirates. Aokiji's body shattered like ice, then recovered. Akainu said coldly, "If I let you act recklessly, it will be over by now." The remaining captains and pirates were also fighting with the marine soldiers and the 7 warlords of the sea, and the battle became more fierce. Ice Cube Two-Thorn Spear. Immediately afterwards, Aokiji launched his own move, and several ice spears appeared around Aokiji. Advertisement. Chapter 161 Cruel Peace. Advertisement. Many people watching the live broadcast have never experienced or seen it, and most of them are in peaceful places. Only occasionally some pirates will appear and kill innocent people, but most of them are in the minority. They don't know how cruel this world is. Most of them live in the dream of world peace spun by the world government. Because almost all those who knew the cruel truth have disappeared from the long history. Now that they saw such bloody scenes, they realized that the so-called peace was actually built with countless lives and blood. Suddenly, Whitebeard's heart tightened, and he couldn't help but cover his heart with his hands, and knelt on the ground, the expression on his face distorted by the severe pain. What happened to Whitebeard? Many people on the live broadcast were confused when they saw Whitebeard kneeling. Daddy, not good. This made Marco, who had been paying attention to Whitebeard, change his expression. The thing he was most worried about finally happened in 08. Dad's heart is not good and he can't sustain fighting for too long, so they will do many things even if they don't let Dad do it. However, the battle between Uchiha Zyan and Dad consumed a lot of Dad's energy, and also caused Dad to be seriously injured. In addition, Dad spent a lot of effort just to grab the beach, but the heart disease still recurred. You can't stand the test of time, Whitebeard. Lava is coming out of Akainu's arm. He has no idea of showing mercy just because his opponent is a seriously ill old man. To deal with such an opponent, he prefers to end the opponent's life. Daddy. Marco left Kizaru as his opponent and rushed towards Whitebeard anxiously. Where are you going? I'm still here. Kizaru fired a laser beam from his finger, piercing Marco's body. Wow, Marco. When Joe saw Marco being pierced by Kizaru's laser, he couldn't help but become anxious and wanted to go over and help. You are distracted. Aokiji's voice sounded in Josie's ears. Advertisement. Oops. Aokiji's palm pressed on Josie's arm, and the extremely cold air was released rapidly. In just a moment, Diamond Josie, the captain of the Whitebeard Pirates' 3rd Division, was completely frozen. Josie. Hot lava burst out of Akainu's palm, and he stabbed Whitebeard's chest with one claw, opening a big hole in Whitebeard's chest. Dad. Ace saw the anxious shouting, and he really regretted it at this time, regretting not listening to Whitebeard's father's advice. As a result, everyone died in vain to save themselves. He had never valued life so preciously before, and he felt that he would die if he died. But now for the first time, he knew how precious life was, but he had to pay such a heavy price. He was wrong. He was really wrong. Marco endured the pain and used his devil fruit ability to heal the wound in just a moment. He had to save his father. Click. A seastone handcuff was placed on Marco's arm. Puff. Ah. Another laser beam penetrated Marco's body. Because he was unable to use his abilities, the wound could not be recovered at all. Captain Marco. It's almost over. The Whitebeard Pirates. Aokiji said calmly. Whitebeard was seriously injured, Marco and Josie were also incapacitated, and the remaining captains and pirates were almost nothing to worry about. Although Whitebeard has the title of the strongest man in the world, the level of his subordinates is very average. Only the captains of the first 3 teams have strong strength, and the others can only be said to be good players, not masters. The main reason why the Whitebeard Pirates are the New World 4 Emperors is because of Whitebeard. This man has brought this pirate group to a level that it does not belong to. If Whitebeard and the 3 captains lose their fighting power, then the pirate group is almost finished. Sengoku yelled. Don't be stunned. Go and get Whitebeard's head. Many Marines immediately attacked Whitebeard. Dad. All the pirates who saw this scene came to help. Advertisement. Don't come here. I don't need help, because I am Whitebeard. Whitebeard swung the machete again. Boom 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 boom. Wah! A large number of Marines were all knocked away. Whitebeard leaned on Kong Yunchi to support his body and stood up again. I know very well what my death will mean, so I won't die without seeing my sons move towards a bright future, right, Ace? Then I will let you see the future now and take action. Sengoku gave the order to have Ace executed. Whitebeard's expression changed. He didn't expect Sengoku to be so determined and to violate the set time in front of everyone in the world. Stop it. Seeing the 2 executioners raising their torture knives and about to chop them down, Luffy shouted, and the white moldy conquerors hockey swept over. The 2 executioners fainted to the ground, and many pirates and 173 Marines fainted around them. Conquerors. Hey, no way. Whitebeard couldn't help but look at Luffy sideways at this time. He asked the red-haired man how he lost his arm. He said he was betting on the new era. Could it be that he was talking about this kid? Boys, cover Straw Hat Luffy with all your strength. His body was unable to move at this time, so he could only place his hope on Ace's younger brother. If the red-haired man dared to bet on him, then why wouldn't he, Whitebeard, dare? After hearing Whitebeard's words, many pirates came together to protect Luffy. Seeing this scene, Zyan can only say that he is worthy of being the destined protagonist of the One Piece world, and can have many people help him move forward. Well, it seems even he himself gave him some help. As this, the halo of the protagonist. Under the cover of many pirates, Luffy passed through the border and arrived in front of the execution platform. Ace, I'm here to save you. At this time, a figure stood in front of Luffy. It was Marine hero Garp, a man of the same era as Whitebeard, a legendary marine with countless honors. In terms of achievements alone, they are no less than Whitebeard, destroying Rock's pirate, capturing Pirate King Roger, and countless powerful pirates were defeated by him. His reputation among pirates is even greater than that of Marine Admiral. Advertisement. Chapter 162, Settlement. Advertisement. Grandpa, get out of there, Luffy yelled at Garp. How is that possible, Luffy? I'm the Vice Admiral of Marine Headquarters. Garp shouted with a solemn expression. Long before you were born, I was fighting pirates. If you want to pass, kill me first. Straw Hat Luffy. That's the path you chose. Grandfather. Ace couldn't help but be moved when he heard this. If they chose to become pirates, they would naturally be on the opposite side of their grandfather. I can't do it, Grandpa. Get out of the way. If you can't do it, Ace will have no choice but to die. I disagree. There are so many things you disagree with. I will show no mercy. Luffy, you are my enemy now. Garp clenched his fist and was about to attack Luffy. Many pirates couldn't help but become nervous. That was Garp. Anyone who knew a little bit about Garp's reputation knew that the current Straw Hat Luffy would definitely not be Garp's opponent, and would even be killed instantly with one blow. Luffy also quickly turned on the second gear. Maybe he felt sorry for his grandfather, but he had to save Ace. At the last moment when Garp's fist was about to fall on Luffy, he stopped. Garp. Bang. Luffy punched Garp in the face, knocking Garp down. Boom. Garp fell headlong into the rubble. Vice Admiral Garp. Sengoku said with an ugly face. You can't escape the love between children, Garp. Luffy finally climbed onto the execution platform after beating Garp away. I have the key, just wait. Luffy came here and immediately prepared to use the key to unlock the door. Sengoku was furious, and his body quickly grew in size, turning into a huge golden Buddha in the blink of an eye. Everyone's fruit phantom beast species Buddha form. Just as Luffy was about to unlock the door, a laser beam directly interrupted the key. Kizaru said. I can't let you let the criminal go. At this time, one of the executioners woke up. Why did I suddenly faint? Hey, little 3, why are you here? Advertisement. Sengoku has already gathered his strength at this time. I can only deal with you myself. Hey, little 3, be a wall protector Ace. Rubber giant balloon. Sengoku punched Luffy, and Luffy's body expanded as if he was blowing air. Click. The execution platform could not withstand the force, and all the pillars broke. Luffy and Ace fell downward together. Fire. We must not let Straw Hat Luffy take Ace away. Bang bang bang. Boom 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 boom. A large number of shells fell towards Luffy and Ace's location. Fire Fist is also made of flesh and blood. If he is wearing a sea stone and cannot use his abilities, he will definitely die. Sudden. A pillar of fire shot into the sky. This is. All the pirates were a little excited when they saw the pillar of fire, and the Marines' expressions changed. Really, you've always been like this, always turning a deaf ear to my words and just knowing how to do whatever you want. Ace's figure appeared in the flames, and the handcuffs were unlocked by the key made by Mr. 3 on the way down. Ooh oh, Ace. All the pirates shouted excitedly when they saw this scene. Sengoku looked grim and ordered. It's like this even if I'm here. It's a shame and a shame. Everyone obeys the order. Portgas D. Ace is the bloodline of the Pirate King. You must not let Ace go. Yes. All the Marines rushed towards Luffy and Ace. Fire punch. Ace fires a huge flaming fist. Boom. The flaming fist carved a path through the many Marines. Alala, I can't let you leave just like that, otherwise the whole Marine's face will be damaged. Advertisement. Admiral Aokiji. Luffy's expression changed when he saw Aokiji. He had been in trouble with Admiral Aokiji before. Every time he saw this guy, his body couldn't help but tremble. It's not fear, but the body's instinct to recall the coldness at that time. Ice cube violent pheasant mouth. Mirror flame. Aokiji created a huge ice bird and flew towards the two, and Ace released flames to form a huge wall of flames to block them. Boom. The head-on collision of ice and fire produced a large amount of steam, and the two sides fought evenly. Whitebeard said. Well done. Straw Hat, I am now giving the final, listen to the captain's orders. Whitebeard pirates. Whitebeard's words made all the pirates panic. What's the last thing, Dad? Don't say unlucky words. We don't want to hear this. Didn't we agree to go back to the New World together? You and I are going to say goodbye here. Everyone, you must stay alive, return to the New World safely. Whitebeard yelled with all his strength. He knew his situation, he was already terminally ill, and the blow from Akainu just now almost cut off his life. Rather than letting these sons risk more lives to let him leave, it is better to let himself spend his last life to clear the way for his sons. This is Qian Deshao's responsibility as a father. I am a remnant of the old era. There is no ship that can carry me in the new era. Go for it, boys. Boom. Click click click. Whitebeard charged up a blow, and the entire naval headquarters building was filled with fire. No, Dad, this is the captain's order. Let's go. Exclamation mark quote. Boom. Dog. Ooh. Whitebeard unleashed his power wantonly, causing great damage to Marine's headquarters, Marineford. Whitebeard. Seeing this scene, Sengoku was so angry that he gritted his teeth. Whitebeard smiled. I've been traveling for a long time, it's time for closure. Marine. Advertisement. Chapter 163 Death of Ace. Advertisement. Boom. Boom. Ooh, this guy really plans to destroy the entire island. Large areas of buildings in Marineford were shattered. The unscrupulous Whitebeard is extremely terrifying. Previously, because his sons were nearby, he was unable to exert his full power. Dad, we can't leave our wives. Let's go back together. Whitebeard glared at everyone. Do you want to disobey the captain's order? Let's go. Silly children, I don't have much time. Bombard Whitebeard. He is already dying. Bang bang bang. Shell after shell was fired at Whitebeard. Whitebeard raised the cloud cutter high, and then slashed down hard. Boom. Ah. With its own power and the power of shock fruit, the powerful impact killed many people in one blow. Captain Marco. Marco held back his grief and said, let's go. This is Dad's order. Sengoku said with a serious face. He really plans to sink the entire Marineford into the sea and die with himself. 233 inches. Let's go. Go to the coast. The pirates are all preparing to evacuate, and now Ace is rescued, but Whitebeard is seriously injured, and it is hopeless to defeat naval headquarters at this moment. Marine Admiral's powerful strength is almost despairing, and it is simply not something that anyone can contend with. Don't let the pirates go. Everyone who is killed counts as one. Marine began to chase the pirates. Your opponent. I am the only one. Whitebeard swings his machete. Advertisement. Boom. The powerful shock knocked away a large number of Marines. Ace. Let's go too. This is Uncle's decision, Luffy said to Ace. Ace said in a deep voice. I understand. I won't let Dad's efforts go in vain. After experiencing this incident, he no longer wanted to sacrifice his friends because of his reckless behavior. Get out of my way. Ace sent out a blast of flames to clear away the Marines between himself and Whitebeard. AICJ. After finishing, Ace knelt down in the distance and kowtowed to Whitebeard. No need to say more. Let me ask, Ace, am I, this father, qualified? Certainly. Gu la 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 la. Then leave quickly. I don't want my son to see the useless look of me falling. Yes. Ace quickly retreated with everyone. At this time, Akainu came over. They really thought they could escape. What a bunch of idiots. They are just a group of weaklings protected by Whitebeard. Open hollow corner bracket. Great eruption. Close hollow corner bracket. Akainu swung a giant magma fist. Boom. Ooh. In one blow, countless pirates were killed by Akainu. Then, Akainu said contemptuously. As soon as Ace was rescued, he immediately ran away with his tail between his legs. What a bunch of cowards, the Whitebeard pirates. The captain is also incompetent. There is really nothing we can do. After all, Whitebeard is the loser of the previous era. When Ace heard this, his body that was about to leave suddenly stopped. Ace turned around and glared at Akainu and said, loser, take back what you just said. Hey, ignore him, Ace. Don't stop. People around him quickly came to dissuade Ace. Now is the time when every second counts. If he doesn't leave, he really won't be able to leave. How dare he insult Dad? Advertisement. Ace. Luffy also wants to stop Ace. Akainu continued to talk nonsense. The eternal loser who was defeated by your biological father Roger and ultimately failed to win the title of king is Whitebeard. Did I say something wrong? Being chased by a group of minions, one after another, acting in a family farce and showing off his power on the sea. For decades, I have been dominating the sea, but I have never been able to become the king, and I have achieved nothing. In the end, I was implicated by a stupid son, and I dragged my seriously ill body to die. In the end, I died in vain. How stupid. Shut up. Ace's body burned with flames, and he was obviously planning to have a fight with Akainu. Don't be fooled, Ace. Come back quickly. Izo, captain of the 16th Division, shouted at Ace. Ace couldn't listen at all at this time. Dad created a shelter for us. How do you understand Dad's greatness? If people don't follow the right path, there is no value in living. You pirates don't need a place to live. If you are bearded, you will be killed as a loser. As the leader of the ragtag group, this is perfect. Whitebeard is the great pirate who created this era. The name of this era. It's Whitebeard. Ace could no longer hold back and struck Akainu with flames wrapped around his fist, and Akainu also swung a magma fist. Boom. A violent explosion struck from where the two collided. Ooh. Ace held his arm and screamed. His body was knocked to the ground, and his body was even set on fire. Ace. Akainu said disdainfully. HMPH. Are you careless if you think you are a Logia? You are just a fire, but I am a magma that can burn out the fire. My abilities and yours are completely different. It's a relationship of superiority and inferiority. Ace. Luffy wanted to help Ace, but his body had already reached its limit, and he lost his balance and fell to the ground. The sons of Pirate King, Roger and Revolutionary, Long are actually sworn brothers. Your bloodline has constituted a serious crime. No matter who is let go, you two brothers will never be let go. Akainu rushed straight towards the immobile Luffy. A figure suddenly stood in front of Luffy. PFF'd. Akainu's fist penetrated Ace's body. Blood spattered on Luffy's face, and Luffy was completely stunned. Ace knelt down, and Luffy hugged Ace in panic, but no matter how hard he blocked it with his hands, he couldn't close the hole in Ace's body. Advertisement. Chapter 164 Whitebeard placed an order. Advertisement. A large amount of blood continued to gush out from the holes in Ace's chest and back. Who's coming? Who's coming? Who's coming? Who's coming to save Ace? Who will save Ace? May I ask for help? You brothers should go to hell together to be reunited. Ace is already dead, and Akainu is ready to kill Luffy as well. Compared to the son of Roger, the Pirate King, he wants to kill the son of the dragon with whom he has a quarrel. Stop. You are not allowed to hurt little brother Luffy. Jinbei rushed forward and blocked Akainu's fist with his palm, but his palm was also burned by Akainu's hot magma fist. Akainu said to Jinbei, "Don't waste time, Jinbei. As the original Shichibukai, you should know my strength. If I risk my life, I can still delay your time. I didn't intend to take this life in the first place." At this time, Garp stood up and was about to rush towards Akainu. Sengoku rushed up and pushed Garp to the ground. "What do you want, Garp?" "Huh, just hold me down like this, Sengoku. Otherwise I will kill Sakazuki." This B********** D killed one of his grandsons and also wanted to kill another of his grandsons. This was to make him, Garp, have no descendants. How could he endure this? At this time, Beasta and Marco rushed up together and knocked Akainu back. Both of them looked very ugly at this time. I was careless for a moment and regretted it too much. How so? Ace had obviously been rescued, and he could survive as long as he escaped from here, but he didn't expect such a change to happen. I'm sorry, Luffy. It's wasted time for you to come to save me, I'm sorry. What are you talking about? Stop saying stupid things. Come here, give him treatment. Save Ace. It's useless. I know my own situation very well. My internal organs are burnt and there's no way I can save it. Listen to me, Luffy. What are you talking about? Ace, didn't we make an appointment? Didn't you say that you will never die, Ace? Ace's words made Luffy extremely flustered. That's right, if it hadn't been for Sabo and your troublemaking brother, I wouldn't have wanted to live long ago. No one would want me to live. There's no way. Advertisement. The only regret is that I can't see you realize your dream, but you can definitely do it because you are my brother. As we swore before, my life has no regrets. What I really want is not fame. Is it appropriate for me to come to this world? What I want to know is the answer. I can't make a louder sound. Luffy, what I say next, you will tell everyone in the future. I can always receive everyone's love. Thank you. After Ace said these words, he used up his last bit of strength, and with a smile on his face, he slowly slipped from Luffy's body and fell to the ground, lifeless. Ace. When Luffy saw the dead Ace, he let out a cry of despair. The shock of separation from his loved ones broke all Luffy's spirit, and he completely lost consciousness. Many pirates who were very close to Ace cried bitterly. Even Whitebeard couldn't stop tears from the corners of his eyes. Zyan looked at the familiar yet unfamiliar scene below, feeling a little confused in his heart. Akainu turned into lava and rushed to Luffy. It's your turn next, Straw Hat. It's Akainu. I won't give you his life. Marco immediately rushed over and blocked Akainu's fist with blue flames. Go take Ace's brother away. Jinbei. That life is the will of the living Ace. We must protect him for Ace. If he dies, it will be a shame to the Whitebeard pirates. I told you, neither of the two brothers can escape. Suddenly, a tall and burly figure appeared behind Akainu. Mr. Akainu. Danger. Boom. Whitebeard punched Akainu, and Akainu couldn't defend himself even with armament hockey, and blood spilled from the corner of his mouth. 0. Please give me flowers. Open hollow corner bracket dark hound close hollow corner bracket. Akainu immediately stood up and counterattacked, cutting off half of Whitebeard's face with his magma arm. Whitebeard remained calm and punched Akainu on the waist. Boom boom boom. Advertisement. The shock transmitted through Akainu's body shattered the already crumbling Marine Headquarters building. Akainu's body was blown away by Whitebeard, and he crashed into the Marine Headquarters building. Ooh, it's going to collapse. The Marine Headquarters is going to collapse. Many Marines below the headquarters all took cover to avoid being killed by falling gravel. Sengoku said with an ugly face. I lost half my face, but I still have so much strength. 0.0. Hey, it's too early to kill me. What? Uchiha Zyan, where's the reward? Then I want to entrust Uchiha Security Company. I entrust you to bring everyone back to the new world safely. Zyan flew to Whitebeard and asked, why are you calling me? Now that Ace is dead, the world government's commission has been completely completed. That's right. Many pirates were also very collapsed at this time. Sengoku suddenly had a bad feeling. His beloved son Ace is already dead, and he cannot let more family members die just like that. Why is he calling Uchiha Zyan? Zanyan's eyes lit up when he heard this. Deal. Sean. Now Marco is the only one left on his side, and he can't stop these guys at all. Daddy, Ace. Whitebeard shouted at Zyan in the sky. My all, everything I have, all to you. Whitebeard glanced at his sons, then at Marine Admiral and Sengoku, knowing that he could not stop these guys with his own strength. Aokiji can freeze the sea, making it impossible for ships to leave. Kizaru has extremely fast speed, and there are Sengoku and Garp. Advertisement. Chapter 165 Zanyanbi's Naval Headquarters. Advertisement. What? Is he crazy? Everyone was shocked when they saw that Uchiha Zyan actually accepted Whitebeard's employment. Didn't he see the miserable appearance of Whitebeard and the power of the Admiral of Headquarters? If he dared to confront Marine at this time, wouldn't he be seeking his own death? Uchiha Zyan. This time it was Sengoku's turn to shout Zanyan's name. Do you know what you are doing? Sengoku glared at Zyan. At this moment, he was not very afraid of Uchiha Zyan. Whitebeard was already at the end of his strength, and there was no big difference between him and him. It's just that he doesn't want to expand the losses now. What does it matter? Marshal Sengoku, we have an advantage now. Moreover, it is time to completely eliminate the U-480 Zebo Security Company and restore peace to the world. Kizaru said. Kizaru is also an admiral of headquarters. He failed at Uchiha Security Company twice in a row without retaliating. This is not his Kizaru character. It was just that he had no choice before. The first time he saw Uchiha Zyan being so young and careless, the second time he was one-on-one. He was just going through the motions and didn't want to fight for it. We are now at Naval Headquarters, where in addition to numerous Marines, Marine Vice Admirals, there are also 3 Marine Admirals gathered together, Marine Marshal Sengoku, and 7 Warlords of the Sea. With so many strong men gathering together, it would be no problem to take down 2 guys from Uchiha Security Company. Marshal Sengoku, my suggestion is to keep Uchiha Zyan and Uchiha Shisui completely. Aokiji said with a serious face. He had fought with Uchiha Zyan. To be honest, he even felt afraid of Uchiha Zyan. After he became the Admiral of Headquarters, he had not felt fear for a long time. Even if he faced Whitebeard, the man with the title of the strongest man in the world, Whitebeard was not as frightened as Uchiha Zyan. Uchiha Zyan is too young, his strength has already surpassed that of Admiral, and his future prospects are limitless. The evidence is that even Whitebeard is very optimistic about Uchiha Zyan. Advertisement. Maybe others took what Whitebeard said as a joke, but Aokiji didn't. Whitebeard's level is at best the starting point of Uchiha Zyan, not the end of Uchiha Zyan. Young, powerful, strategic, and ambitious, Uchiha Zyan will definitely make waves in the world in the future, far more than Whitebeard. The threat to world government also far exceeds that of Whitebeard. Compared to killing Whitebeard, he felt that the most important thing was to kill Uchiha Zyan. Boom. In the broken Marine Headquarters building, a huge hole was suddenly dissolved by magma. Akainu slowly walked out from inside, blood flowing from his forehead. Whitebeard's blow just now really caused him some injuries. Akainu Admiral. Great. You are safe. Many Marines were very happy to see Akainu appear. HMPH. That damn old guy still has a few more moments left. Marshal Sengoku, what are you still hesitating about? Uchiha Security Company is just a criminal in the name of security. They fight against the world government in the name of security. And they blatantly harbor pirates in the name of security. These are all useless and arguable crime. Now people all over the world are watching us. Do you want the world to see us, Naval Headquarters, choosing to back down when facing criminals? Then how will the world view us Marine? And how will we believe in justice? For crime, the only way we Marine can do is to kill them all. In the name of absolute justice. In the name of absolute justice. All the Marines shouted when they heard Akainu's encouraging words. Uchiha Zyan couldn't help curling his lips when he heard Akainu's words. I have to say that this guy is really talkative. If he were Marine, he would be encouraged. Advertisement. Sengoku heard so many calls for war and made a decision. Maybe there will be a big sacrifice today, but everything will be worth it. He is the resourceful general, Sengoku, so how could he not see that Uchiha Zyan is more harmful than Whitebeard? Everyone listened to the order. Uchiha Security Company helped the Whitebeard pirates. Going against the grain. What a heinous crime. Although Crocodile has Logia's sand fruit, Shisui has Logia's thunder fruit. Crocodile was beaten to death by Shisui at 5.3%, plus Shisui's own armament Haki and Mangekyo Sharingan. After only a few rounds of fighting, Crocodile was solved by Shisui without any suspense. Zyan didn't even get a shot of the two of them fighting. Shisui. All Marines shouted loudly. Shisui was a little excited, and she didn't know if she would be able to see Brother Zanyang use all his experience this time. Never allow evil to escape from Naval Headquarters. Zyan handed the image phone bug to Shisui, and Shisui was also holding a person in his hand, which was Crocodile, one of the former 7 warlords of the sea. Yes. The corners of Zanyan's mouth raised slightly, revealing a slightly bloodthirsty smile. Regret. There is no word regret in my life. I am only excited now. To be honest, no one has been able to make me excited for a long time, not the 2 admirals, and neither can you Whitebeard. Just a clown. Whitebeard said to Uchiha Zyan. Boy, you will not regret taking this order from me. I now order everyone. Completely eliminate the Uchiha Security Company and the Whitebeard pirates. Kill without mercy. You go and protect those guys from the Whitebeard pirates. I don't want others to say that our Uchiha Security Company just takes money and does nothing. Quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. When Whitebeard heard Uchiha Zanyan's arrogant words, the corner of his mouth couldn't help but twitch. This was the first time in his life that he heard someone say that he was not good. Whitebeard glanced at Crocodile and said with emotion, I didn't expect that the crocodile would fall into your hands. You are really incredible. If the crocodile didn't take the initiative to look for trouble, he would really be too lazy to take care of it. If he took the initiative to look for trouble, he would deal with the person who made trouble. This has always been his code of conduct. Advertisement. Chapter 166. One-man duel naval headquarters. Advertisement. How is this going? Isn't Uchiha Security Company in league with naval headquarters? Why is naval headquarters fighting with Uchiha Security Company again? Many people watching the live broadcast who had no idea what was going on were a little confused at this time. Awesome. The show is about to begin. Marine headquarters plus 7 warlords of the CVS Whitebeard plus Uchiha Security Company. This is truly a unique scene. Doflamingo laughed excitedly when he saw this change. Kai hee hee. Corpses. More corpses. Shadows. More shadows. Gecko Moria also shouted excitedly. In the battle just now, he had captured a large number of shadows. After the battle is over, the corpses and shadows of more powerful men will all be converted into his troops. His power and strength will also increase significantly. You actually choose to fall out with naval headquarters now. What a bold man. Oh wait. Hawkeye also didn't expect that Uchiha Zyan would actually dare to fall out with naval headquarters here. Previously, naval headquarters had to compromise because of the threat of Whitebeard. Whitebeard is now at the end of his strength. As time goes by, his vitality will gradually come to an end and he will not be able to provide any help to Uchiha Zyan. The Empress could not help but worry about Zyan's safety at this time. As for herself, as long as she was still the 7 warlords of the sea, the naval headquarters would never touch her at this time if they did not want to start a war with the 7 warlords of the sea at the same time. Even knowing the relationship between the Empress and Uchiha Zyan. Put it back a little, I'm going to get ready to take action. Don't you need my help? I haven't fallen to the point of asking a dying old man for help. Just take a good look here and see whether the person who takes over your title of the strongest man in the world is worthy of this title. Zyan stepped forward, and many Marines couldn't help but swallowed when they saw Zyan preparing to take action. Uchiha Zyan, the founder and president of Uchiha Security Company, has a record of destroying Eni's lobby. One person fought against 2 admiral of headquarters without falling behind. One person fought against the strongest man in the world, Whitebeard, and almost killed him. Whitebeard was so convinced that Whitebeard personally gave the title of the strongest man in the world to Uchiha Zyan. Although it seems like a bit of a joke, there is no doubt that Uchiha Zyan is now the strongest man in the world. Advertisement. Zyan stepped forward, and then his steps gradually began to accelerate. Don't be afraid, he's only one person. There are so many of us. There are admirals here too. We can definitely kill him. Shocking. Bang 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 bang. Many Marines armed with rocket launchers started shooting at Uchiha Zyan. Uchiha Zyan immediately changed his breathing method, from the breathing of the sun to the breathing of thunder. Also activate lightning-style chakra mode. Uchiha Zanyan's body is surrounded by blue thunder and lightning chakra. Crack crack crack. The dazzling blue thunder and lightning wrapped around Uchiha Zanyan's body. Sage mode. Orange eye shadow appears around Uchiha Zanyan's eyes. As for the eyes, they still have the posture of Mangekyo Sharingan. Armament hockey cover, turned on when wrapped. Boom 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 boom. Countless shells fell on Uchiha Zyan, and a horrific explosion occurred. Don't stop. Keep attacking. He must be completely eliminated. Bang bang bang. Boom 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 boom. Hey, hey, hey. Little brat, are you a little overconfident? Whitebeard couldn't help but feel a little worried when he saw Uchiha Zyan being covered by such fierce firepower. Although armament hockey can defend against cannonball attacks to a certain extent, it does not mean that cannonballs cannot cause damage to those who use armament hockey for defense. What really makes the cannonballs look useless is that many masters who can use hockey can cut or dodge the cannonballs. Advertisement. Moreover, armament hockey is limited. Using armament hockey will cause serious loss of physical strength. This is why he rarely uses armament hockey for defense and attack. His old age and the burden placed on him by his body made him rarely use hockey. The previous blow against Uchiha Zyan had already been a bit too much for him. The injuries Zyan caused him before were not serious, but they put the greatest burden on his body. After a while, the bombardment stopped, and all Marines stared nervously at the area covered by fire, where thick smoke was billowing, and the explosion had blown a large crater there, leaving no intact piece of the ground. Did it, idiot, he must have been killed. With so many shells, all of them hit, even Rybert must have been able to do anything. Sudden, a voice sounded in the thick smoke. Keep going. Why don't you continue? Exclamation mark exclamation mark. 310 a wave of air blew away from the explosion site, causing everyone around to cover the dust with their hands. Soon the dust dispersed, and everyone was stunned by the scene in front of them. I saw Uchiha Zyan standing in the center of the explosion unharmed, and his clothes were not even damaged. Good boy. Whitebeard's eyes lit up. He really didn't expect that this kid's defense was so strong, and he had withstood so many attacks without being hurt. This kind of defense may only be comparable to that of Bigmom Charlotte Linlin and Kaido of the Beasts. How is this possible? Everyone couldn't believe that Uchiha Zyan was unscathed after enduring so much artillery fire. Weird monster. Many Marines couldn't help but take a step back when they saw Zyan. Are you running out of ammunition? If there is not enough ammunition, then I will attack. Zyan leaned over, holding the scabbard with one hand and the handle with the other hand, and said lightly. Breath of thunder shape of one thunderbolt flash infinite continuous. Boom. Advertisement. Chapter 167. Beating up Hawkeye. Advertisement. The ground beneath Uchiha Zyan's feet exploded, and his body was like lightning as he rushed into the marine crowd. Boom 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 boom. Wah. Wherever Zyan passed, it was like a thunderstorm passing by, the ground was constantly torn apart, all the marines passing by were blown away, and there were broken arms and limbs everywhere. Some people don't even feel anything at all, because their heads have moved away from their bodies. Stop him. Marine Marshal Sengoku saw Uchiha Zyan going on a killing spree, and his expression immediately changed and he issued an order. Many pacifists raised their hands and fired laser beams at Zyan. Zyan's body instantly dodged and appeared in front of the pacifists. Poof! Uchiha Zyan's knife chopped off the pacifist's head as easily as it chopped tofu. What? The world government's humanoid weapons were killed so easily. Many pirates couldn't believe it when they saw this scene. They had suffered a lot at the hands of those pacifists. No matter how they attack, those guys are like cold robots. After falling down, they get up again, like unkillable monsters. Then quickly rushed to the next 1, 2, 3. In just a few seconds, Uchiha Zyan had killed all 20 pacifists. They were all killed. Amazing. How can he be so fast? This kid actually hid his strength when fighting me. Whitebeard's eyes widened in disbelief. To be honest, he knew that his biggest problem was mobility. His body and heart could not support his rapid movement. If Uchiha Zyan attacked him at this speed from the beginning, he might not be able to do anything about it. At this time, Eagle Eye pulled out the black knife from behind. What? You can't help but take action. Doflamingo couldn't help but be a little surprised when he saw Hawkeye drawing his sword. He thought Hawkeye was just here for a formality. I just want to test the difference between my swordsmanship and his. Advertisement. What? Hawkeye's words surprised Doflamingo. What did he mean? Hawkeye is known as the greatest swordsman in the world. Now he actually admits that there is a gap in swordsmanship between himself and his opponent. How is this possible? Hawkeye charged up his strength, and then struck Uchiha Zyan with a knife. Swish. A flying slash came out from Hawkeye's black knife and slashed towards Zyan, cutting everything in its path into two halves. It's Hawkeye. Hawkeye takes action against Uchiha Zyan. As the world's greatest swordsman, Hawkeye has attracted a lot of attention. Since the previous battle on the top, Hawkeye has not taken action, but he did not expect to take action against Uchiha Zyan now. After Zyan saw it, he waved his hand and struck out a more powerful flying slash with thunder and lightning. The two flying slashes collided together. Boom. The terrifying impact destroyed everything around him. This made many nearby marines unlucky. They all screamed and were knocked away by the impact. Hawkeye. Boom. Zyan rushed towards Eagle Eye. When Hawkeye saw this, he chose to attack without hesitation. Boom. Zyan's sun blade collided with Hawkeye's dark knight. The ground beneath the two people's feet shattered, and strong air waves impacted around them. Well, the expression on Hawkeye's face changed slightly, and he felt the terrifying power coming from the opponent's body. Clang clang clang. Zyan kept attacking Hawkeye, and it looked like a man who didn't know how to use a sword was swinging. But it was this kind of swordsmanship that made Hawkeye, known as the world's greatest swordsman, almost exhausted, using all his strength to defend himself in the dark. Without him. Advertisement. Uchiha Zyan swings the knife so fast. It was so fast that even an eagle's eye could not clearly see the path of Zyan's sword. And each sword was so powerful that he couldn't even make any counterattack. Moreover, this seemingly chaotic swing of the knife was actually very precise, making him unable to guard against it and leaving no room for counterattack. In less than 10 seconds of fighting, several scars appeared on Hawkeye's body. Although the wounds were not deep, the special properties of thunder and lightning made his body slightly paralyzed. It made his movements a little stiff. For top swordsmen, this flaw can determine a swordsman's life or death. Zyan raised his foot and kicked Hawkeye. Hawkeye quickly raised his knife to block it with the blade, and pressed his other hand on the blade. Clang. A terrifying force came from the blade, which Hawkeye couldn't resist at all. Backquote. Hawkeye's body flew straight backwards. Boom boom boom. Rows of residential buildings in the small town of Marineford were all smashed by Hawkeye. Hawkeye was shot away. Everyone couldn't believe it when they saw Hawkeye being knocked away. How long had it been since the fight? The world's greatest swordsman was defeated so quickly. This boy's strength is simply inhuman. Whitebeard is well aware of the power of Uchiha Zyan. He is already strong enough, but when he faced that kid, he was directly beaten away. He suspected that the boy Lidas was not a human being at all, but a humanoid monster. Even the giants, who were famous for their strength, were not as powerful as that boy. Jehehehe. There is a flaw. I will take your shadow and body. Kakakakusha. R***. Gecko Moria suddenly appeared behind Uchiha Zyan. He had secretly used a shadow warrior to sneak behind Uchiha Zyan. Then, after exchanging himself with the shadow, he used the shadow to turn into a spear and stabbed Uchiha Zyan in the back. Clang. Zyan didn't look back. Susanoo's orange exoskeleton appeared behind him, easily blocking Gecko Moria's shadow spear. What? Gecko Moria didn't expect that his sneak attack failed. Zyan glanced at Gecko Moria lightly, Really, what kind of cats and dogs dare to attack me? Advertisement. Chapter 168. Strength is not in the same dimension. Advertisement. Zyan eyes made Gecko Moria feel extremely insulted. Damn, how dare you underestimate me? Shadow gathering place. Gecko Moria activated his strongest move, using the Devil Fruit ability to suck all the shadows he controlled into his body, and his body quickly began to grow huge. Due to its enlargement, Gecko Moria's physical strength is also constantly increasing, and its destructive power can crack an island with a slap. Zyan just glanced at Gecko Moria and said lightly. Open hollow corner bracket Amaterasu close hollow corner bracket. Call. Black flames appeared out of thin air on Gecko Moria's body and began to burn, and quickly spread to all parts of Gecko Moria's body. Gecko Moria suddenly let out a shrill howl, and his big-eyed body rolled everywhere on the ground. Many marine soldiers were crushed, and these marine soldiers were also ignited by black flames. Wow, so hot. It's burning me to death. Someone screamed in pain and rushed into the seawater to extinguish the fire, but even after entering the seawater, the black flames were still burning him to death in the seawater 390. Freezing moment. Aokiji immediately released cold air, freezing all the soldiers who were ignited by the black flames and Gecko Moria. But within just a few seconds, Aokiji's air conditioner melted. Those black flames are still burning. What? Aokiji couldn't believe that he actually had fire that he couldn't freeze. Whoosh. A tall figure appeared next to Gecko Moria, pointing his palm at Gecko Moria. Bear paw impact. 11. Boom. Advertisement. A huge shock wave in the shape of a bear's paw spread to the surroundings, deflecting all the black flames. This caused many flames to fall on some marines. Wow. Marine took off his coat in fear and luckily saved his life. Unluckily, the flame fell directly on his arm. Poof. He crossed his teeth and chopped off his arm with a knife. Because this is the only way to save your life. The black flame burning arm fell to the ground and continued to burn. After a while, all the screams gradually subsided. These people had been burned to death, but the black flames were still burning. Although Gecko Moria was lucky enough to survive, most of his life was gone and he fell to the ground and passed out. What a domineering flame. Aokiji's expression became serious. He had never seen such a domineering flame before, as if it would not go out unless it burned the target completely. The others also looked awe-inspiring, all shocked and frightened by the flames of Tao. At this time, Zyan just stood in the center of the battlefield and put endless pressure on many marines. Unlike Whitebeard, Whitebeard looks old and has physical problems at first glance, giving people the feeling of a hero in his twilight years. Uchiha Zyan now looks extremely young and energetic, as if he will never get tired after fighting for 10 days and 10 nights. Just because these people are not moving does not mean that Uchiha Zyan is not moving. Uchiha Zyan quickly formed the seal with his hands. Open hollow corner bracket fire style extinguishing fire close hollow corner bracket. Flames like sea water spurted out from Uchiha Zanyan's mouth, igniting everyone around him. After completely absorbing the ancestor of ghosts, Uchiha Zanyan's body energy has seriously exceeded the standard. Chakra is made by extracting physical energy from the 130 trillion cells of the human body, and then fusing it with the spiritual energy of exercise ache. Uchiha Zyan belongs to the Uchiha clan. His spiritual energy is already extremely powerful, and now he has gained almost unlimited physical capabilities. There is so much chakra that it is impossible to use it up. What restricts the power of a ninjutsu is not only the level of the original ninjutsu, but also the amount of chakra. Advertisement. Huo ninjutsu is originally a B-level ninjutsu, but when used in the hands of Uchiha Zanyan, its power and destructive power are even more terrifying than S-level ninjutsu. Even Uchiha Madara, who has fused Senju Hashirama cells and possesses Rinnegan, may not be as powerful as Uchiha Zanyan in using this ninjutsu. All the ignited marines let out shrill screams and rolled and struggled wildly. Not good. Freezing moment. Aokiji increased his strength this time to release his cold air. He froze all the ignited marines along with the flames, barely saving the lives of these people. Strength is not of the same dimension at all. Compared with their strength, they are not in the same dimension at all. This feeling of oppression is even stronger than that of Whitebeard. All marines below Vice Admiral evacuate Marine headquarters immediately. Sengoku no longer hesitated at this time and immediately ordered all marines to evacuate. Facing monsters like Uchiha Zanyan, these ordinary marines were no longer of use. As this the new, world's strongest man, it would be easier for the other party to kill them than to crush an ant. Evacuate. Evacuate. But such a massacre is not a battle at all, it is just a one-sided crushing. After hearing Marshal Sengoku's order, the frightened marine soldiers fled the battlefield of naval headquarters. The people who came here were all the elites of the marines, and the number was as high as 100,000. 100,000 marines died in the battle. Sengoku couldn't afford these casualties. So scary. If the battle continues, all these marines will die here. If they are fighting with marine, they don't care about their own lives. It is their marine's honor to sacrifice for justice. At this moment, Uchiha Zanyan seemed to be an evil god to them. Is he really human? People all over the world who watched the live broadcast couldn't help but be shocked by the strength shown by Uchiha Zanyan. Quickly retreat. Advertisement. Chapter 169 Zanyan's 3 Admiral. Advertisement. Cuckoo. The Marine Vice Admirals were all nervously looking at Uchiha Zanyan. The power displayed by Uchiha Zyan was too terrifying. That kind of speed and power were not something they could compete with. Moreover, in addition to speed and strength, the opponent will also display various special powers, flight, thunder and lightning, and fire, as if it is omnipotent. Especially that kind of black flame, the flame is so domineering that once it is contaminated, it is like gangrene attached to the bone and cannot be removed at all. So strong. This is too strong. The pirates were also frightened when they saw the power displayed by Uchiha Zyan. Fortunately, Uchiha Zyan and Marine are not of the same mind, otherwise the Whitebeard pirates would probably be wiped out by Uchiha Zyan alone. All vice admirals push back and wait for the opportunity to prevent Uchiha Zyan from escaping. All admirals press forward. The three admirals of headquarters, Akainu, Kizaru, and Aokiji, formed a triangle and surrounded Uchiha Zyan. Marine Marshal Sengoku personally directed the battle. This was not a war, it was just to deal with one person. At this time, Sengoku can no longer take care of Whitebeard and the defeated soldiers of the Whitebeard pirates. The biggest threat now is Uchiha Zyan. If Uchiha Zyan is not eliminated this time, naval headquarters will be completely discredited. Marine 3 Admiral is dispatched. It's actually 3 admirals working together to deal with one Uchiha Zyan. Marine and Admiral team up to deal with one person, this is something that has never happened before. I wonder if Uchiha Zyan can resist it. How can you withstand it? Haven't you seen the strength of Marine 3 Admiral? Then haven't you seen the power of Uchiha Zyan? On the marine battleship that the Whitebeard pirate group plundered, all the pirates have boarded the marine battleship. Advertisement. You are Uchiha Shisui, right? Go and help Uchiha Zyan. Marine's main combat power is all in the square, and we no longer need protection. Marco said to Uchiha Shisui. Uchiha Shisui smiled when he heard this and said, no need, just 3 marine admirals are not the opponent of Brother Zyan. What? All Uchiha Shisui's words were transmitted through the video phone bug, and were heard by people watching the live broadcast around the world. What did he say? He said Naval Headquarters 3 Admiral is not Uchiha Zanyan's opponent. What a joke. That's the highest combat power in the world government. And there are still 3 of them. How arrogant. Marco and others were also speechless, feeling that Uchiha Shisui was too confident in Uchiha Zanyan. No matter how strong Uchiha Zanyan was, it was unlikely that she could be the opponent of Marine San Admiral. Although I thought I could see a good show this time, I didn't expect that the protagonist of this good show would actually be someone else. Who can win? Doflamingo licked the corner of his mouth and looked a little excited. From the beginning to the end, he attacked him because of Oz. He amputated one of Oz's legs. He spent most of the rest of the time watching the show. As a result, this drama had one twist after another, and it was constantly exciting, and now it was reaching its climax. He was looking forward to seeing Naval Headquarters defeated. As long as Naval Headquarters is defeated, the world will fall into complete chaos, and his opportunity will come. At this time, a figure walked out, looking a little embarrassed, with bloodline flowing out of his forehead. It was Mihawk, the world's greatest swordsman, who had been kicked away by Zanyan before. Oh, you're still alive. Do you want to continue? Eagle Eyes looked at the center of the battlefield with sharp eyes like an eagle and said, no need, it is Naval Headquarters vs Uchiha Security Company now, and no one else can interfere. The Empress was a little worried about Uchiha Zanyan, who was the Naval Headquarters 3rd Admiral. She wanted to help Uchiha Zanyan. I advise you not to go. If you go, not only will you not be able to help him, but you may also cause trouble for him. Eagle Eye seemed to notice the Empress's thoughts and spoke to stop her. The Empress took back the foot she had just stepped out. Uchiha Zanyan had told her before not to act rashly no matter what happened. Advertisement. If he is really in danger, he will leave in an instant. If he can't fight, he can still run away. 0. She was also worried and confused, forgetting that Uchiha Zanyan could teleport, and felt relieved. When Hawkeye saw the change in the Empress's expression, he was a little puzzled as to why she suddenly had confidence in Uchiha Zanyan. Aokiji said, Alala, the 3 admirals of the Naval Headquarters have joined forces to deal with one person. This has never happened before. As the first Marine Admiral to fight against Uchiha Zanyan, Aokiji knew how terrifying this young man was. But he didn't expect that the last time he fought with him, this young man didn't show all his strength. It may be arrogance or arrogance, but the other party has the strength of Yamato's arrogance. 0. There's nothing we can do. Why are today's young people so powerful? President Uchiha Zanyan, I'm getting older. I'm just a part-time worker. You have to be merciful. Kizaru said, pretending to be relaxed. The expression on his face looked relaxed, but in his heart he was completely serious. He also fought against Uchiha Zanyan. Although he was a little careless that time, it was an indisputable fact that he was injured. He originally thought that this boy was pervert enough, but now he discovered that this boy could be even more pervert. HMPH. You actually begged the criminal to show mercy. You, Porcellino, have also fallen. When dealing with criminals, they should be completely annihilated. Asking criminals for mercy is simply a discredit to justice. Akainu pursues thorough justice, has an upright character, is ruthless in his methods, and will never allow a trace of evil to exist. In order to complete the mission, colleagues and ordinary people can be targeted and annihilated without hesitation. Marine 3 Admiral, I'm really honored that first want Marine 3 Admiral to attack me together. Why? Zyan didn't panic at all when he saw this scene. Aokiji said. After all, your opponent is Uchiha Zyan. If you don't use such a lineup to deal with it, you will be looking down on you, right? When Zyan heard this, the corners of his mouth raised slightly. Compared to Akainu's barking and Kizaru's hypocrisy, Aokiji, you speak better. Then, let's get started, let's make 1,000 together. Advertisement. Chapter 170 Shocking Battle. Advertisement. Akainu could no longer bear it any longer, and hot magma erupted from his arms. Great eruption. A huge fist of lava struck Uchiha Zyan with a devastating momentum. Susanoo. Powerful chakra burst out instantly around Uchiha Zanyan's body, and an orange-yellow skull appeared, and then the skeleton was covered with meridians and flesh, and was wrapped in a coat-like chakra. This is the second stage form of Susanoo. The giant Susanoo punched Akainu's magma fist. Boom. The terrifying power impact swept towards the surroundings like a volcanic eruption, and all the surrounding houses were destroyed by this terrifying impact. Puck. The Chi-san-chi, in Aokiji's palm released 5 icicles and shot towards Uchiha Zanyan. The icicle quickly froze Susanoo in an ice ball. Click. The giant Susanoo twisted her body and easily shattered the ice ball. 8-footed Magatama. Kizaru's figure flashed in midair and released a large number of golden light bullets from his hands. Boom 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 boom. Light bombs continuously bombarded Susanoo's body and exploded. Bang. A huge figure rushed out from the explosion, came to Kizaru, and kicked Kizaru. Kizaru quickly raised his arms to resist. Bang. Call out. Kizaru's body was kicked away and fell into the naval headquarters building. Boom. A horrific explosion occurred where Kizaru landed. Advertisement. This huge orange-yellow energy giant suspended in midair is Susanoo's third form. What is that? Everyone who saw the third form of Uchiha Zanyan Susanoo for the first time was a little frightened. The huge posture was really shocking. The same goes for Whitebeard. He used the power of shock fruit to attack the opponent, but was blocked by the opponent using this move. He himself was also punched. He knew how terrifying this thing was. Not only does it have super strong defense but also super high attack power. He thought it was just like that, but he didn't expect that it could be even bigger. He was only in the most basic stage. No matter the half-body stage just now, or the complete body now, he was more powerful than when he fought with him. In other words, he was defeated before the opponent used all his strength. Uchiha Zanyan controlled Susanoo's right palm to open, and 3 energy Magatama appeared in Susanoo's hand. Yasaka no Magatama. Uchiha Zanyan threw Magatama towards Akainu below. Open hollow corner bracket great eruption close hollow corner bracket. Akainu's arm turned into a giant lava fist, and then he simulated the impact of a volcanic eruption and launched his fist at Yasaka Magatama. The magma fist collided with Yasaka's Magatama. Boom. Terrifying explosions erupted in the sky, and the magma of the great eruption turned into countless volcanic bombs that shot around, destroying many buildings on Marineford Island. Zyan leaned over and rushed towards Akainu. Dog bites red lotus. Akainu's arm turned into a dog head-shaped lava and hit the location of Uchiha Zanyan's real body in Susanoo. Boom. There are cracks on Zanyan's Susanoo. The high temperature is constantly burning Susanoo. Maybe the magma can penetrate Susanoo's defense in a few seconds. Susanoo raised her fist high and punched Akainu. Akainu defends with his other arm. Boom. Akainu himself was injured by Whitebeard, and with Susanoo's powerful strength, Akainu's body was knocked away again. Ice Age. Aokiji also launched his ultimate move against Susanoo again. Advertisement. An icicle fell on Susanoo and began to freeze Susanoo quickly. Uchiha Zanyan stared at Aokiji. Quote opening square bracket closing square bracket exclamation mark quote. Black flames appeared on Aokiji out of thin air. Not good. Aokiji quickly transformed into elements, and a layer of ice shell fell off his body, appearing on the other side. Black flames burned on Aokiji's fading ice shell. What a risk. Fortunately, I was prepared. After Aokiji saw that his own freezing energy could not seal the opponent's flames, he had already thought of a way to deal with it. Now Aokiji seems to have not changed much, but in fact, a thin layer of ice has already been attached to the outside of his body. The people who came were none other than the Blackbeard pirates. In addition, Blackbeard was surrounded by several more criminals in prison uniforms. These were the most vicious criminals on the 6th floor of Impel Down. The terrifying power of the explosion blew Susanoo away, and cracks even appeared on the outside. Sengoku's expression suddenly changed when he saw several people. At this time, a group of people suddenly appeared on the execution platform. Garp also knows that this is not the time to be sad. Although he wants to kill Akainu, if this kid Uchiha Zanyan is not solved in 5.3 now, as Sengoku said, the Marine headquarters will be doomed. He is also a new member of the Blackbeard Pirates. The scene of this shocking battle shocked everyone who saw it. Boom. When Zanyan was about to pursue Aokiji, a thick laser beam shot at Zanyan. Tisk ha 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 ha. It's been a long time. It's great to see you before you die, Dad. You. How on earth did you get here? Blackbeard Pirates. That's Marine 3 Admiral, the highest combat power of the world government. He is ready to join the war. If the Marine Admiral cannot be captured, then he, the Marine Marshal, can no longer sit idly by. Quote. Quote. 3 people besieged one person together, but none of them had an advantage. How strong is this guy named Uchiha Zyan? Because of this, the three naval headquarters admirals also regrouped and besieged Uchiha Zyan. Sengoku rolled up his sleeves with a serious look on his face and was about to start talking. Garp. There is no time for you to be sad now. If we don't get rid of that brat, our marine headquarters, no, our marine will be completely ruined. Whitebeard's face darkened. The person coming was the culprit that caused all this. Advertisement. Chapter 171 Shock Fruit is obtained. Advertisement. Those are the death row inmates on the 6th floor of Impel Down. Why are they here? Each one committed such a heinous crime that his or her existence was wiped out in front of the world. They are the most heinous criminals in the world who cannot be put into the human world. That's the pirate, giant battleship, San Juan Wolf. Everyone saw the huge creature hiding behind the marine headquarters building. The huge creature was almost as big as the marine headquarters. The king of evil, Abaro Pizarro. Big Barrel, Basque Chote. Xuanyu Hunter, Katrine Diame. And Impel Downs, Rain Shiryu, Warden. Sengoku saw Shiryu of Rain and asked angrily, what's going on? Shiryu, how's Magellan doing? Is Impel Down? Naval headquarters is in a lot of trouble now. I didn't expect that Impel Down would also have trouble. So many vicious criminals escaped from Impel Down. I don't know how much damage they will bring to the world. Shiryu of Rain said disdainfully, you can confirm it later. In short, I have joined forces with them. Please take care of me in the future. A marine soldier ran over and said, Marshal Sengoku, I never had the chance to report to you. According to reports, the Gate of Justice was opened again just now, passing an unconfirmed warship. It's them. What's going on? There should be only marine in the power room. There is nothing abnormal. Lafitte smiled and said, hoo ho ho. Sorry, it's very simple. Before I set sail, I performed hypnosis on the marine in the power room. As long as there are warships passing through the Gate of Justice, they will be allowed to pass. It seems that this has made it easier for some people. Blackbeard laughed and said, tisk ha ha ha. As a pirate, you will be hostile to the government. You can neither open the door of justice nor sneak into Impel Down. The reason why Lousy joined Shichibukai is just for this. Otherwise, that title, Lousy, that's not surprising. Is your purpose to liberate those people? Tisk ha ha ha. That's of course, there was only one purpose from the beginning. And, this will determine everything. You will understand soon. Teach. Whitebeard roared and threw his arm in the direction of Blackbeard. Exclamation mark quote. Boom. The execution platform exploded with a bang. You don't show any affection at all, Dad. You are the only one I will not call my son. Teach. You broke the only rule on my ship and you killed your companions. 5. On the warship in the distance, everyone in the Whitebeard pirates group couldn't bear to see Blackbeard appear and wanted to rush over and kill Blackbeard. It was Blackbeard who killed the captain of the 4th team, Thatchy, and captured Ace and gave it to the world government, which led to everything happening today. Everyone in the Whitebeard pirates hated Blackbeard. Advertisement. For the sake of the wrong soul of Captain Saki of the 4th Division, I will kill you B************ D with my own hands and put an end to it. Tisk ha 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 ha. I couldn't have asked for it more. Dark acupoint. Blackbeard pressed his palm on the ground and released a large amount of darkness, covering everything on the ground. Saki is dead, Ace is dead too. Dad, I used to respect you and admire you sincerely, but you are old. I couldn't even save a subordinate who was about to be executed. Fortunately, I let him live on Banero Island. Whitebeard didn't speak, his arms were already clenched, and he was hitting Blackbeard. Dark water. Whitebeard's fist was blocked by the darkness emitted by Blackbeard. It's useless. In front of me, all abilities are invalid. Tisk ha 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 ha. What's up? The earthquake can't be activated. Blackbeard laughed proudly upon seeing this. Poof. Whitebeard waved his hand and slashed Blackbeard on the shoulder. Grr. It hurts so much. Damn it. Blackbeard fell to the ground rolling around in pain. Conceit. Rashness is your weakness. Whitebeard grabs Blackbeard's head and prepares to activate the power of shock fruit. Blackbeard was immediately frightened when he saw it, and shouted with horror on his face, stop it. Dad, do you really want to kill your son? Ah. When Whitebeard heard this, he hesitated for a moment, and his body finally reached its limit. Blackbeard rolled and crawled away. This monster is immortal, he still refuses to die quietly. Kill him. Bang bang bang. Everyone in the Blackbeard pirates began to attack Whitebeard. Daddy. All the members of the Whitebeard pirates cried bitterly when they saw this scene. When Blackbeard and others had cleared all their bullets, Whitebeard suddenly said, it wasn't you. Blackbeard was shocked. He's still alive. The man Roger is waiting for, at least it's not you. Teach. Advertisement. Just as someone inherits Roger's will, sooner or later someone will inherit Ace's will. Although they are not related by blood, their fire of life will not disappear. This has been passed down from generation to generation since ancient times, and one day in the future, a person who has carried the history of the past hundreds of years will challenge the world. Sengoku, you, the world government, will be greatly panicked by this huge war that will one day sweep the world. Although I have no interest, when that baby is discovered, the world will be turned upside down. It will definitely be discovered, that day will come. The great secret treasure exists. Whitebeard shouted the last words with the last strength of his life, and then stood proudly and died. Because of the live broadcast, many people witnessed the final end of this legend of the sea. Are you leaving too, Whitebeard? On the Sabayati archipelago, Pluton Rayleigh watched one of the few opponents of their era leave like this, and tears could not stop flowing from the corners of his eyes. Dad, everyone in the Whitebeard pirates shouted 520 in pain. Teach. Damn it, I swear, I will definitely kill you. Marco shouted with tears in his eyes. He didn't know what happened to others, but he had truly regarded Whitebeard as his father since he had been on the ship since he was a teenager. His father was killed by Teach, a despicable villain, and he would never forgive him. Tisk ha 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 ha. Finally dead. Then let's start. The Blackbeard pirates covered Whitebeard's body with a black cloth. Teach this B asterisk 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 D. What do you want to do again? Inside the black cloth, Blackbeard uses his dark fruit ability to absorb the power of Whitebeard shock fruit and inject it into a fruit. After a while, Blackbeard finally pulled out all of shock fruit's power. The appearance of the fruit in my hand has also changed. Tisk ha 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 ha. Finally got it. Now I am invincible. Seeing this devil fruit, Blackbeard couldn't help laughing anymore. Suddenly, Blackbeard felt his hands were empty, and the shock fruit in his hands disappeared. Turning around, he saw Uchiha Zyan appearing behind him at some point, holding his shock fruit in his hand. It's you. Give it back to me. Blackbeard saw the shock fruit was taken away and immediately rushed towards Zyan. Call out. Uchiha Zyan disappeared. When he reappeared, he was already above the execution platform, holding a blue devil fruit in his palm. As this shock fruit. Advertisement. Chapter 172 The Power of Shock. Advertisement. Uchiha Zyan and the 3 Marine Admirals are constantly fighting. It can only be said that the Admiral is worthy of being an Admiral. It is still very difficult to solve the Admiral without resorting to some means. Suddenly, Uchiha Zyan noticed the arrival of the Blackbeard pirates, and he couldn't help but feel shocked. He knew that what was supposed to come was still coming. When Zyan was fighting the 3 admirals, he activated observation haki to sense the situation in Hybuli. After discovering that Blackbeard had absorbed the shock fruit, he instantly used the Flying Thunder God technique to teleport into the black cloth and snatch the shock fruit away. As for the Flying Thunder God's mark, it was printed on Blackbeard's back with Rasengan by Uchiha Zyan on Gaia Island last time. Marine 3 Admiral defeated the sequel Nengu, but found that Uchiha Zyan disappeared at some point. When I saw him again, I saw Uchiha Zyan appearing on the execution platform at some point, holding a blue devil fruit in his hand. As this shock fruit, Uchiha Zyan looked at this devil fruit that looked like an old man's pear, with devil fruit's unique lines on it. Blackbeard rushed out of the black cloth angrily. Captain, is it over already? Everyone in the Blackbeard pirates thought Blackbeard had eaten the shock fruit. Uchiha Zyan, you damn B asterisk 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 D. That shock fruit belongs to me. Give me back the shock fruit. Blackbeard yelled angrily at Uchiha Zyan, this damn B asterisk 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 D just took his thunder fruit, and now he actually took his shock fruit. For this devil fruit, he carefully planned such a war, so that he could not only get powerful subordinates, but also get the shock fruit. Everything went smoothly according to his plan, but why did Uchiha Zyan suddenly appear? Isn't he fighting Marine 3 Admiral? He already had his subordinates guarding the surroundings, so why did he take away his shock fruit? All of this immediately made Blackbeard furious. Blackbeard's voice echoed throughout the battlefield. What? Shock fruit. Advertisement. What's going on? Blackbeard said shock fruit, could it be Whitebeard's? Uchiha Zyan glanced at Blackbeard, raised the corner of his mouth slightly and said, who said this is your thing? It is obviously mine. I accepted Whitebeard's employment in front of the whole world. The reward Whitebeard has to pay is everything about him, his wealth and territory, all belong to me. This shock fruit belonged to Whitebeard before, so it naturally belongs to me now. Nonsense. That's mine. I planned all this. I killed Whitebeard. Of course this devil fruit belongs to me. Uchiha Zyan said with a playful smile, do you really think you were behind all this? What do you mean? Blackbeard's face darkened slightly. He didn't know what Uchiha Zyan meant. It's better you don't know. After saying that, Uchiha Zyan opened his mouth and was about to swallow the shock fruit. Sengoku's expression changed at this time, and he shouted emotionally, stop him. You must not let him eat the shock fruit. Uchiha Zanyan's own strength is terrifying enough. If he eats shock fruit again, who can check and balance him? Uchiha Zyan cannot be allowed to eat shock fruit under any circumstances. If Uchiha Zyan eats shock fruit, the threat level is several times more terrifying than Whitebeard. Marine 3 and Admiral had already rushed up together before Sengoku could speak. They were already ready to take action when they heard that what Uchiha Zyan was holding was shock fruit. Because they also know how terrifying Uchiha Zyan plus shock fruit will be. Great eruption. Ice cube violent pheasant mouth. Lightspeed kick. Boom. Marine and Admiral all took action together, and the power they unleashed was earth-shattering. A horrific explosion broke out where Uchiha Zyan was, destroying everything around the execution platform. Everyone looked nervously at the location of the explosion. Quote exclamation mark quote. Almost everyone was so nervous that they broke into cold sweat and couldn't help but swallow a mouthful of saliva. Advertisement. Did it happen? I don't know, but if the 3 admirals attack together, no one should be able to resist it. Although Uchiha Zyan is powerful, he is still a human being after all, and he is mortal. Sudden, a voice came from among the smoke of the explosion. It tastes so bad. How can it taste so bad? This must be so bad. It tastes so bad that I almost want to cry. All Marine couldn't help but trembled when he heard this voice, and Sengoku's whole heart sank. After a while, the smoke from the explosion dissipated, the execution platform disappeared, and a large pit appeared on the scene. In the middle of the pit, Uchiha Zyan was still standing there unharmed. The only difference was that the devil fruit in Uchiha Zanyan's hand disappeared. Sengoku looked extremely ugly, and the worst thing happened. Uchiha Zanyan felt that something was changing in his body, and an extremely powerful force surged out of his body. Zhao Zhao's. Damn it, Uchiha Zanyan, you actually stole my devil fruit again. It's the shock fruit that Laozi has been coveting for a long time. Laozi is going to kill you. When Blackbeard saw that the shock fruit was gone, he felt like he was going crazy. As long as he ate the shock fruit, he would be invincible. However, his dream was shattered by Uchiha Zanyan. Now he wants to kill Uchiha directly. Zanyan ate them all. Uchiha Zanyan clenched her fists to stop. Buzz. A white and transparent shock cover appeared on the fist. Uchiha Zanyan hit the location where Blackbeard and others were. Dash exclamation mark quote. Click click click. The air was like a spider web, with dense cracks appearing. Boom. Advertisement. Chapter 173 The Birth of a Monster. Advertisement. Boom 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 boom. The ground in Marineford cracked open, and the shaking impact went straight to Blackbeard and the others. Boom. Wah. The extremely terrifying force of the shock shook Blackbeard and the others until their internal organs seemed to be torn open, and a large amount of blood spurted out from their mouths. Wah. The entire Marineford, as well as the sea, experienced horrific vibrations and shocks. The ground was roaring, the sea was roaring, large areas of Marineford's ground were shattered, and a large number of buildings were destroyed. Even the Marine headquarters building was completely destroyed. After a while, everything calmed down slowly. Is this the power of Paramesh's strongest shock fruit? Uchiha Zanyan clenched her fists, and her mood became extremely cheerful. Ha ha. Ah ha. Ha 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 ha. Uchiha Zanyan flew in midair, opened his arms, and burst into wild laughter. The sound resounded throughout the entire Marine headquarters, Marineford. It was as if Uchiha Zanyan was the only one laughing in this world. He looks like a great demon king who dominates the world. 630 Aokiji looked very ugly. The most terrifying monster in the world was born. Uchiha Zanyan itself has unparalleled speed and strength, peak sword skills, and moves like that energy giant, and can fly, and now he has the power of shock fruit. Kizaru's face no longer had that indifferent expression. Uchiha Zanyan added shock fruit. Didn't that guy take any devil fruit before? This time it became really scary. No, it was super scary. Damn criminal. Akainu had a ferocious expression on his face, and he felt that his justice was being trampled on by Uchiha Zanyan. Things are really getting a bit big now. Doflamingo couldn't laugh at this time. At this time, things were serious beyond his expectation. Baojibo Zanyan ate shock fruit. Advertisement. The guy who was already extremely powerful became even more terrifying this time. Hawkeye turned around and left. What are you going to do? Hawkeye, why don't you continue watching the show? Now is the most exciting part. AIDJ. Let's go. This is no longer the place I should be involved in. Listen to my advice. If you don't want to be affected, you should leave as soon as possible. Doflamingo bared his teeth when he heard this. He knew that what Hawkeye said was right, and the next battle might really be a fight to the death. Marine 3 Admiral, Marine Marshal Sengoku and Marine Hero Garp fight Uchiha Zanyan together. This island is too small for them. Gone. Doflamingo walked away without acknowledging his relatives. He didn't want to be affected by standing here. Blackbeard's face was very ugly, and his eyes were even more dizzy. Damn it, all that originally belonged to me. Power, honor, they all belong to me. Lafitte advised. Let's go, Captain. We still have a chance to leave here, but we won't have any chance if we can't leave here. 11. Fan Oka also advised. Yes, Captain. He can't be arrogant for too long. Such a guy will definitely be attacked by a group. When we become stronger, we can seek revenge on him. Badgers also advised. That's right. There are so many powerful devil fruits in the world, and shock fruit is not the only one. Shock fruit is called the strongest Paramesha devil fruit, just because Whitebeard is powerful. It really decides which one. What is strong is not the ability of the fruit, but the person who uses the devil fruit. Blackbeard calmed down after hearing this. He knew better than others how terrifying Uchiha Zanyan's strength was. Even if he got the shock fruit, he wouldn't dare to fight Uchiha Zanyan now, not to mention that the shock fruit was eaten by the opponent now. It is no different for him to go to Uchiha Zanyan now than to die. Several of his subordinates are right, leaving the green hills unripe and without firewood. There are so many devil fruits in the world, and he can't believe he can't find a better one. For dark fruit, he stayed on the Whitebeard pirate ship for more than 20 years. More than 20 years have passed, does he still care about the next few years? Let's go. Blackbeard took the people and left quickly. Since the plan failed, there was no point in staying here. And he felt that Uchiha Zanyan had no intention of killing him at all, as if he was letting himself go. 2 super devil fruits were taken away in a row, and he already hated Uchiha Zanyan. Damn Uchiha Zanyan. One day I will make you pay for your actions. Advertisement. At this time, on the Marine warship. Marine headquarters. Quote. Quote. Many Marines stared blankly at the scene in front of them. Naval headquarters has always been known as the last peaceful place in the world and as a symbol of peace in the era of great pirates. The fortress of justice that has been guarding the world's seas for hundreds of years was destroyed. Don't be afraid. The fortress can be rebuilt if it is destroyed. However, this island, Marineford, located in the center of the world, is of great significance to the people around the world who are afraid of evildoers, and our guarding it is of great significance. As long as the fire of justice in our hearts does not go out, we Marine will not fall. Sengoku shouted loudly. Martial Marine's words made all Marines feel at ease. What Marshal Sengoku said was right. As long as the fire of justice is not extinguished, Marine will never fall. Garp, we really have to fight hard this time. We Marine can't lose. Sengoku whispered with a serious face. Ah, I know. Garp thought of Uchiha Zyan, who was talking eloquently in the capital of Seven Waters. Although Uchiha Zyan was offered a reward at that time, he still admired the young man Uchiha Zyan. But who would have thought that over a period of time, this kid Uchiha Zyan would turn into such a behemoth? No, maybe he was a giant from the beginning, but he didn't think that such a young man could be so powerful. Shua. Sengoku's body began to grow rapidly, and in an instant he turned into a golden Buddha. Garp also covered and wrapped armament hockey with both arms. The real battle at the top is about to begin. Advertisement. Chapter 174, shocking the world 100 million times. Advertisement. Do you still want to continue? Uchiha Zanyan's figure slowly fell, and his eyes glanced at Sengoku, Garp, and Marine Admiral, Akainu, Aokiji, and Kizaru. His original purpose was to come for shock fruit. Everything before, including leaving the Flying Thunder God spell on Blackbeard's back and sending Luffy into Impel Down, were all preparations for this. Now that the goal has been achieved, he is ready to stop as soon as possible. He doesn't have much ill will towards Marine, it's just a different stance. But he would not be merciful just because he had no ill intentions. The Third Ninja War made him understand one thing. That is, kindness to the enemy is cruelty to oneself. Marine had already taken action against him. Well, even though he didn't cause any harm, he still took action against him. Since Marine had taken action against him, it was reasonable for him to take action against Marine, wasn't it? You can't let him go just because he is strong. He is strong because of his own hard work and hard work. At this point, it's no longer a matter of whether we want to continue or not. Now we must continue, and Marine must also declare victory. Sengoku looked at Uchiha Zanyan and said, don't think about escaping. If you choose to escape, then we will kill all your women and the guys you said you wanted to protect in front of the whole world. Zanyan smiled when he heard this. You don't have to pretend at this time, right? Sengoku's character may not be bad in itself, but when the justice he firmly believes in is threatened, he will turn into a devil without hesitation. Ohara Island is the Buster Call launched by Sengoku. There is no one alive on the entire island except Nico Robin, and those guys are just a bunch of powerless scholars. This is what war is all about. The hero of the other side and the enemy of mine have different positions, so there is no need to understand each other. No peace can be negotiated, real peace can only be fought. Just do it and it's done. Sengoku said righteously. They are pirates, and it is our Marine's duty to get rid of them. Zanyan chuckled and said, I am actually a very kind person. One of the principles I adhere to is that I will not offend others unless they offend me. If someone offends me, I will destroy them all. What bothers me the most is people threatening me. Also, you need to understand one thing. This battlefield is now decided by me. Do it. Sengoku released a terrifying shock wave from his palm. Advertisement. Needless to say now, if Uchiha Zanyan leaves here, it will definitely change the pattern of this world. The best way is to keep him here forever. For this reason, no matter how many sacrifices are made, we will not hesitate. Boom. The terrifying impact shattered the ground, and the broken gravel splashed around, and its terrifying impact was no weaker than the attack from Whitebeard shock fruit. Garp rushed directly above Uchiha Zanyan. Boy, don't blame me. This is the path you chose. Fist bone impact. Call out. Burning fist hockey attacks downward. Boom. A more violent impact than Sengoku fell from the sky, a large number of buildings were destroyed, and an even larger crater appeared in the center of Marineford Island. Frozen time capsule. Aokiji releases cold air, and everything it passes by is frozen, forming a thick ice wall to surround Uchiha Zanyan. This is to block Uchiha Zanyan's range of action. 8-footed Magatama. Kizaru's figure flashed in midair, outputting all his strength, and countless light bullets landed on the location of Uchiha Zanyan. Boom 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 boom. Meteor volcano. Akainu's fists turned into lava, and he kept shooting lava into the air. Then the lava fists fell from the air towards Uchiha Zanyan's location like a meteor shower. Boom 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 boom. Everyone was extremely shocked and horrified when they saw this scene. Can anyone really survive such a horrific attack? It's impossible. Do you died? I don't know, but that kid won't die that easily. Sudden, several people's expressions changed, and they looked in one direction, and saw a figure appearing in front of Whitebeard's body at some unknown time. It was Uchiha Zanyan. Advertisement. 0. Please give me flowers. Damn it. When? They didn't even find out when Uchiha Zyan disappeared or when he appeared there. Judging from Uchiha Zanyan's appearance, their attacks just now were obviously in vain. Not only that, the figure of the pirate empress disappeared without knowing when. Damn it. What the hell is going on? The three Marine Admirals and Marine Marshal Sengoku all looked very ugly. The sequel to Zanyan's side Neng who has started again. Thank you, Uchiha Zanyan, thank you. Of course I can leave at any time, but I can't leave like this. Someone asked in confusion. Why? Can't you just leave now? Why do you want to go back? Call out. I just did my job. There's nothing to be grateful for. Just wait here for a while, I'll take care of things over there, and then I'll take you back to the new world. This is the commission given to me by Whitebeard. Call out. Daddy. Everyone in the Whitebeard pirates burst into tears when they saw Whitebeard. Then the orange-yellow skeleton began to grow rapidly, and energy like flesh and blood appeared on it. Finally, armor appeared on the outside, and a pair of wings appeared on the back. As a token of your gratitude, I will collect the body for you. At this time, Sengoku and the others still didn't understand. What they said about wanting to keep the other party was simply a dream. The other party had the ability to teleport and could come and leave when they wanted. All the five of them's full-out attacks failed. Zanyan instantly returned to Sengoku and others. Zanyan said calmly, it's time to give the world a little shock. Zanyan and Whitebeard appeared in front of everyone in the Whitebeard pirates instantly. Zanyan put his palms on Whitebeard's body. Zanyan looked at Whitebeard who was standing in front of him even in death, as if to say that even in death he would protect the Kawazu behind him. In the blink of an eye, a supergiant warrior god with a height of more than 500 meters and a long knife stuck to his waist stood in the middle of Marineford, like it blocked the sky and blocked the sun. Advertisement. Chapter 175. Erase Marineford. Advertisement. The body of Sengoku's golden Buddha is inferior to a child in front of Uchiha Zanyan's Susanoo. Susanoo is complete. This is Susanoo's true gesture. You need to train your eye power to ultimate and have a huge amount of chakra to use it. His laughter reaches beyond the mountain peaks, taking on the posture of a warrior god. Its combat prowess is enough to rival that of a tailed beast. What is this? How come? God. Is he a god? Bang, bang. Many of the weapons in Marine's hands fell to the ground involuntarily, with despair in their eyes. Huh, I've grown taller again. No, it's Susanoo who's grown taller again. Susanoo's height is the most intuitive reflection of Uchiha Zanyan's, 420, strength. Susanoo itself needs powerful chakra and super eye power. Obviously, my eye power has been significantly improved during this period due to system reasons, and chakra, his chakra itself is controlled by his own body energy. After completely absorbing Kibutsuji Mumi, his body energy has made a qualitative leap, and even his spirit has been significantly improved. Captain, what do you think that is? Barkas saw the changes in the rear and immediately shouted to Blackbeard. Blackbeard and others also turned their heads and looked over. What is that? Several people were frightened when they saw Uchiha Zanyan's huge warrior posture. How long have we been imprisoned for? How could such a powerful monster appear in the world? Several criminals who escaped from Impel Down looked confused at this time. Blackbeard's face became even more ugly. Damn it. I already knew that Brat was hiding something, but I didn't expect it to be so deep. Let's go. Let's go. He doesn't want to stay here for a moment now, not because of the unbearable past, but because he is afraid of dying here accidentally. Should it be so exaggerated? Doflamingo looked back and saw Uchiha Zanyan, who was also a little frightened. No, he just ran out of the island. Why did he suddenly undergo such a huge change? Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan, is this your true strength? Hawkeye looked at Uchiha Zanyan's posture as a giant warrior god and couldn't help but murmured. Hey, is there anything worse happening? Aokiji said with a gloomy expression. He had already tried his best to overestimate Uchiha Zanyan's strength, but now he discovered that he had actually underestimated the opponent's strength. It's so scary. It's really scary. The corners of Kizaru's mouth twitched, and this time he was really scared. Damn criminal. The expression on Akainu's face is ferocious. These damn criminals are actually so powerful. This is a blatant provocation to justice. Garp was shocked. This kid, actually. Damn it. Do it. Sengoku issued the attack order again, and it was now broadcast live worldwide. He had never doubted that they would win. After all, in addition to the Marine 3 admirals, he and Garp were there, and there were so many Marine vice admirals. No one could defeat these force. But now he had doubts. This guy's previous posture had already made it very difficult for them to fight, and he could barely break through the defense under continuous attacks. The opponent also has various secret techniques, and there are so many methods that it is difficult to guard against them. However, this is the last bastion of justice, and justice must not lose here. Buddha's shock wave. Open hollow corner bracket fist bone impact close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket great eruption close hollow corner bracket. Ice cube violent pheasant mouth. Lightspeed kick. This move can almost destroy a small town, and it all bombards Uchiha Zanyan's complete Susanoo. The sequel can almost stand still, and the defense shows no sign of being broken. You don't think you can defeat me at this level, do you? Uchiha Zanyan controlled the complete body Susanoo to slowly fly up, then raised his fists and clenched them. Dash exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. A huge white transparent mask wraps around Susanoo's fist. The huge shock mask looks so thrilling. Whitebeard's move left a deep impression on everyone. Now that Uchiha Zanyan's perfect body is on Susanoo's hand, the power becomes even more terrifying. Advertisement. Good. Too big. Uchiha Zanyan controlled Susanoo to dive downwards and punch Marineford, the marine headquarters below. Click, click, click. Cracks appeared that were far larger and denser than those cracked by Whitebeard's attack. Boom 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 boom. Then, the entire naval headquarters Marineford Island exploded. The terrifying impact continued to spread to the surroundings like a nuclear bomb exploding. The fortress of the marine headquarters turned into countless tiny fragments in an instant, sputtering around, and some were submerged into dust on the way. The sound shook the sky. The earth is boiling. Roaring sea. Everything is like the end of the world caused by a nuclear explosion. Run, run. That damn monster. The Blackbeard pirates, who had been taking their time before, now began to escape from the island desperately. Although several people ran away desperately, they were still caught up by the impact of destruction, and everyone screamed and was knocked away. Although Doflamingo and Hawkeye escaped 0.5 minutes earlier, they were still affected by huge waves, one after another. Hawkeye kept swinging the big sword Hei, splitting away the huge waves and impacts in front of him. Doflamingo quickly waved the thread in his hand to cut away the impact of the huge waves and air currents. Shisui has formed a seal with both hands, open hollow corner bracket water style water barrier close hollow corner bracket. The sea has countless water resources, and the sea water forms a huge wall to protect the ship, blocking impacts and currents. Those marine warships were not so lucky. Without the protection of the strong, they were like small boats in the sea. If they were lucky, they would only experience violent bumps. If they were unlucky, the test boat would capsize and people would die. After a while, the waves calmed down. Everyone looked forward, their eyes glazed over. Marine headquarters, Marineford, disappeared. Advertisement. Chapter 176. The world has changed. Advertisement. At this time, there were some scattered marine warships on the sea. After that, in addition to sea water, it was still sea water. Almost everyone who saw this scene was going crazy. That's Marine's headquarters, Marineford. It just disappeared. Admiral, Marshal Sengoku, Mr. Garp, and those vice admirals. All of Marine felt like the whole sky had fallen. That is Marine's top combat power. If all of them disappeared at once, what would Marine become and what would the world become? At this time, Red Hair pirates led by Red Hair arrived. He had been delayed in order to stop Kaido, otherwise he would have wanted to arrive here to stop this war. When I arrived, I happened to bump into Hawkeye who was leaving. The two had been friends for many years. The Red Hair immediately invited Hawkeye to the ship. The red-haired man quickly asked, Mahawk, what happened? Where is the Whitebeard pirates? Where is Naval Headquarters Marin 08 Vando? Hawkeye was also extremely shocked at this time. Ace is dead. He was killed by Akainu. Whitebeard is also dead. He already had physical problems and was seriously injured by Naval Headquarters. Finally, he was killed by Blackbeard's men. Blackbeard seems to have the ability to take away other people's devil fruit. He got the shock fruit from Whitebeard, but it was taken away by Uchiha Zanyan. No, it can't be said to be a robbery. This is the reward Whitebeard promised to Uchiha Zanyan. In order for him to protect the remaining Whitebeard pirates and return to the New World safely, he said that he would give everything to Uchiha Zanyan. Yan, of course, also includes his own devil fruit. After Uchiha Zanyan got the devil fruit, he also used his special power to transform into a 500-meter tall warrior god, activated the shock fruit, and punched the marine headquarters Marineford, and then... Marineford just disappeared. What? How can this be? Everyone on the Red Hair Pirates was shocked. What a joke. That was Marineford, the marine headquarters, and Lu Chen was actually punched. I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, but this is the fact. The Uchiha clan, Uchiha Zanyan, the president of Uchiha Security Company, is too powerful. Advertisement. It's actually like this. The situation is getting worse now. The red-haired face looked a little ugly. Sabayati Archipelago. Everyone stared blankly at the scene on the live broadcast screen, and the entire island fell into deathly silence. Snap. The pen and paper in a reporter's hand fell to the ground. Marine headquarters disappeared. They have imagined all the results, but never thought of such a result. How to do. The Marine headquarters was destroyed. Marine Marshal Sengoku, Marine Hero Garp, and Marine 3 Admiral are missing. Something big is going to happen. As the world, going to end. The kings and nobles of many countries protected by the world government, as well as ordinary people, all panicked. In contrast, there was the carnival of the pirates. Ha 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 ha. Brothers, a new era has come. That damn naval headquarters is finally gone. The real era of great pirates has arrived. I don't know how many pirates have been captured by Marines over the years, and they have been hiding away from Marines. Now that the damn naval headquarters has finally been destroyed, the damn Marine Marshal Sengoku, the damn Marine Hero Garp, and the damn Marine 3 Admirals, Akainu, Aokiji, and Kizaru, have all disappeared, and no one can stop them now. The Uchiha clan is really a clan with terrifying strength. Advertisement. Trafalgar Law was originally planning to enter the New World, but after seeing the Sabayati Archipelago live broadcast of this top battle, naturally he couldn't miss it. But I didn't expect that after many twists and turns, I finally saw such a shocking scene. Uchiha Zyan made a big splash in this top battle. He had seen Kamui's exoskeleton with the same energy. Just in Sabayati Archipelago, Admiral Kizaru attacked Uchiha Itachi, and Uchiha Itachi used that move to block Admiral Kizaru's laser beam. At that time, he felt that that move was very powerful. Later, he saw it in the live broadcast. The heaven-defying defense power of that move was thought to be the limit. But after seeing Uchiha Zanyan's complete Susanoo, he realized that he was still too young. After finally seeing the complete Susanoo using the power of shock fruit, he realized that there were such terrifying monsters in the world. As this, the new, world's strongest man. Well deserved. Kid also led people back to the battle on the top. This is a war that must not be missed, because this war may change the pattern of the entire world. As a result, the situation has indeed changed, to a point that he can't even believe. Kira said, "From now on, everyone must stay away from wherever the Uchiha 477 security company is located." Everyone else nodded in agreement. Anyone who has seen this war will not be foolish enough to provoke the Uchiha security company unless he wants to die. The naval headquarters was destroyed with one punch, which means that Uchiha Zanyan can destroy a country with one punch. What is a man who can destroy the world? This man can really destroy the whole world. Apu said a little dumbfounded. This time we really watched a good show. But isn't this good show too exciting? That kind of destructive power would cause panic to many people, at least he was extremely panicked now. Hawkins said, "It is obviously a war between naval headquarters, 7 warlords of the sea and the Whitebeard pirates, but the biggest winner is Uchiha Security Company. This world is really going to change." In the past, the world government had the naval headquarters that dominated the world, and would often suppress those who did not pay the heavenly gold, and even went so far as to massacre. No one dares to resist, and no one can resist. Now the world government cannot be said to have no support, but it is definitely strained and its control over the entire world has been greatly weakened. The pirates will not let go of such an opportunity, and the world is definitely in chaos. Advertisement. Chapter 177 Inches Emperor of Heaven, Uchiha Zanyan. Advertisement. This is the best of times, but it is also the worst of times. Although it was once known as the Age of Great Pirates, pirates were still overwhelmed by the world government. Now that the Marine headquarters has been destroyed, Marine's majesty can be said to have been completely lost, and it is finally impossible to suppress them. But in its place was an even more terrifying existence. Yoroj said, "It's time to leave. Captain, now is the best time. Before Marine has regrouped, let's go to New World to occupy the territory. We just have to avoid the territory of the Whitebeard pirates, which belongs to Uchiha Zanyan. The reward that Whitebeard entrusted before his death was all the Whitebeard pirates. In other words, everything in the Whitebeard pirates now belongs to Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan is equivalent to inheriting the entire legacy of 4 emperors Whitebeard. The current situation is that he would rather offend the world government than the Uchiha Security Company. And what Whitebeard said before he died is that it has been more than 20 years since the death of Pirate King Gul D. Roger. No one has found the great secret treasure of One Piece. Many people doubt the authenticity of the existence of the great secret treasure, thinking that it was just a joke played by One Piece Gul D. Roger on the world before his death. With the character of One Piece Roger, it is not impossible to do such a thing. But Whitebeard is different. Before he died, Whitebeard also said that the great secret treasure was real, so the great secret treasure must exist. This once again ignited the enthusiasm of pirates around the world to search for the great secret treasure. In addition, the naval headquarters was destroyed and the majesty was greatly reduced. In the future, there will be an unknown number of more pirates looking for the great secret treasure. The era of true pirates has truly arrived. 666666. New World. Wow, a huge marine warship descended from the sky and landed on the sea. This ship is the battleship of the naval headquarters that the Whitebeard pirates plundered. Advertisement. As the boat landed, many people came to their senses and realized that they had returned to the New World. They thought about all the ways to return to the New World, but they never thought that they would fly back from above the Red Line, the holy place of world government headquarters, Mariajoy. Okay, I will send you back to the New World safely as promised, which can be regarded as completing the commission given to me by Whitebeard. Backquote. Plop, plop. All the pirates on the ship knelt down and kowtowed to Zanyan under the leadership of Marco. Mr. Zanyan. Thank you very much. Uchiha Zanyan brought back Whitebeard's body and buried him at Naval Headquarters Marineford for the most solemn funeral for Whitebeard. Although they were hostile to Uchiha Zanyan before, now they are just full of gratitude to Uchiha Zanyan. This is just what I should do, you're welcome. Marco said. Mr. Zanyan. I have been with Dad for so many years, and I have never seen him smile so happily. Thank you for letting him laugh happily before leaving. But there is one thing, I want to ask your permission. We want to track down the culprit who killed Dad and Ace, Zhang. So I want to wait until we kill Teach before I become your subordinate. Whitebeard asked Uchiha Zanyan to bring them back to the New World safely, and the reward was all Whitebeard's, which included not only Whitebeard's wealth and land, but also the Whitebeard pirates. In other words, all the pirates of the Whitebeard pirates now belong to Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan also agreed to Whitebeard's commission because the interest was large enough. To be honest, I admire you very much, but our Uchiha company has always been a consensual relationship and never forced others. If you want to leave, I will not hold you accountable. Marco said with a firm expression. No. The father's debt must be paid by the son. It's only natural. Since it is the remuneration promised to Uchiha Security Company by my father in front of everyone in the world, we sons will never let our father's honor be tarnished. That's right. We will never tarnish Dad's honor. A group of people talked in various directions. In that case, you will all be members of Uchiha Security Company from now on. Uchiha Security Company will set up a Whitebeard security team, Marco, and you will be the leader. Your main task in the future is to be responsible for the security of all New World Uchiha Security Company sites. Advertisement. As for chasing Blackbeard, just do it in the name of Uchiha Security Company. Whether it is successful or not, it will not have much impact on Uchiha Security Company. Marco and others couldn't help but feel a little moved when they heard what Uchiha Zyan said. They didn't expect that Uchiha Zyan would set up the Whitebeard security team specifically for them. In this way, they will always retain the title of Whitebeard. Backquote. Yes, President. Uchiha Zyan took out a business card and gave it to Marco. I have something to do, so I'll leave first. When the funerals of Whitebeard and Ace are held, let me know and I will arrive. Yes, President. Uchiha Zyan put his hand on Shisui's shoulder. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. The two figures disappeared instantly. President Uchiha Zyan is so elusive. They had seen Uchiha Zyan silently evade the attacks of Marine Marshal Sengoku, Marine Hero Garp, and Marine 3 Admiral before. And he brought his father's body to the ship in an instant, and now he left in an instant. This ability is simply unexplainable. No wonder Naval Headquarters has no way to deal with Uchiha Zyan. There is no way now, and there will be no way in the future. That's it. Didn't you see his super huge body? Even the Marine Admiral's attacks couldn't cause any damage to it, and that last punch shattered the entire Marineford. It was so relieved. They hated Naval Headquarters, especially Marshal Sengoku and Marine Admiral. Now that Naval Headquarters is gone, they just feel extremely happy. Let's go back. Send Dad home. The battle report from Marine Headquarters spread throughout the world within an hour, describing all the processes in detail. Everyone was shocked by the battle report. They didn't expect it to end like this. After this battle at the top, Uchiha Zyan finally has his own title in this world. Emperor of Heaven, Uchiha Zyan. Advertisement. Chapter 178 Accepting the White Group. Advertisement. This is because Uchiha Zyan can fly into the sky, and his powerful power can dominate the world. Morgan spread it through Le Monde. Although this title is very big, everyone thinks that it matches Uchiha Zyan very well. Uchiha Zyan also didn't expect that he would have such a title. Emperor of Heaven. Isn't it a bit exaggerated? However, when Uchiha Zyan asked whether the title was a bit exaggerated, everyone said it was not an exaggeration, not at all, and felt it was just right. Compared to other places, Nine Snake Island is very lively at this time. All of them saw Uchiha Zanyan's battle at the Marine Headquarters, and their moods also went up and down. When they saw the end, everyone cheered. Only then did everyone in the Uchiha clan realize that the most powerful person in their Uchiha clan was actually so powerful. That power can be called God. They all yearned for it in their hearts, imagining that maybe one day they would have such powerful power. Training has also become more active and hardworking. The Empress is very proud that her man is the strongest in the world. At night, the Empress became more proactive, moving by herself throughout the process, as if she was enjoying the pleasure of conquering the strongest man in the world. After all, there are only a few video phone bugs, and not many people watch the live broadcast. The main means of transmitting news in this world is newspapers. News of the defeat of Naval Headquarters was also spread to all parts of the world by newspapers in various newspapers. Some are happy and some are sad. What makes them happy are the pirates and the Revolutionary Army who are against Marine. There is also the city of Seven Waters, which is nominally the only city currently protected by the Uchiha Security Company. Advertisement. Now this city has become the safest city in the world, and no one dares to mess around in this city. Everyone admired Mayor Asbagu's wisdom for signing a protection contract with Uchiha Security Company early. The worry is that for those countries that have joined the world government, if Marine is defeated, more pirates will start to destroy it. The only good news is that Marine Marshal Sengoku, Marine Hero Garp, and Naval Headquarters Admiral are not dead. At the last moment, all of them were beaten away by Bartholomew Big Bear of Seven Warlords of the Sea, with the meatball fruit and flew to the Holy Land Mariajoy, so they all survived by chance. Although several people joined forces and failed to defeat Uchiha Zyan, Marine Admiral's power was still unleashed. Marine and Admiral went to the most noisy places around the world together and dealt a few cruel blows, which also made many people calm down a lot. Marine Admiral can't compare to Uchiha Zyan, but that doesn't mean Marine Admiral isn't a rival to other pirates. Marine Admiral is still the world government's highest combat power and the top powerhouse in the entire world. It is like a natural disaster. In the past few days, the phone calls of Uchiha Security Company have been almost exploded. It is unknown how many countries and nobles want to hire Uchiha Security Company, and many even plan to sign long-term agreements. Uchiha Zyan is all handed over to the management of Uchiha Fugaku, the leader of the Uchiha clan. Uchiha Fugaku is worthy of being the leader of the clan. He was once the captain of the Konoha police force and was responsible for managing the security of Konoha village. Naturally, managing the Uchiha Security Company is no longer a problem. The position is general manager of Uchiha Security Company. And because of the sudden expansion of the Uchiha clan's territory, more members of the Uchiha clan and 9 Snake Island members have joined the company, contributing to the construction of the Uchiha clan. In a blink of an eye, the day came when Whitebeard was buried. Zyan attended with the Empress, Shisui and Itachi. President. Wherever Uchiha Zyan walked, everyone called Uchiha Zyan President, as if he was traveling as a gangster brother. Advertisement. Of course, his current identity is not much different from that of his underworld eldest brother. His younger brothers are all vicious pirates. In front, guests have already arrived. In front of the tombstone, the most conspicuous thing is the red hair. This is the first time Uchiha Zyan has seen red hair in reality. The red hair looks more burly and haughty than in the anime. He is wearing a white shirt, a long black cape, flip-flops at his feet, and the famous sword, Griffin, hanging on his waist. The other one is Pluton, Silver Rayleigh. As a family member, Marco said sincerely, "Thank you very much for coming here to see Dad off. Whitebeard and I are from the same era. There are only a handful of people left from that era. When old friends leave, it's natural to come and see them off." Rayleigh said sadly, unknowingly he had already sent away many former companions. The red-haired man said, "Even if he is an enemy, Whitebeard is a man worthy of respect. Even Sengoku thinks so. You are Uchiha Zyan, right? You are truly a hero. You are worthy of being favored by Whitebeard. Do you also want to become the Pirate King? We don't have this plan yet, but no one can say for sure in the future." Uchiha Zyan said calmly, this is his true words. "If you want to become the Pirate King, then we will be enemies. I am also looking forward to confronting you head on. Mr. Rayleigh, Luffy, please leave. Then we will leave." "Oh, thanks." Marco thanks the redhead for giving Whitebeard a ride. After the red hair turned and left, Uchiha Zyan asked Marco to gather all the pirate captains of the Whitebeard fleet on the spare battleship for a meeting. This time, the captains of Whitebeard's large fleet suffered heavy losses. 1/3 of the 43 captains died in this war, and they could only be replaced by the subsequent deputy captain. If the deputy captain is gone, the captain will take over. Many of them were killed by Uchiha Zyan. In addition, more than half of the 50,000 crew members of the 43 pirate groups were killed or injured in this war. Now there are less than 20,000 people left. The casualties are not unbearable. Everyone, I know that some of you hate me, and some of you are not convinced that I landed here by air, and think that I am a despicable person who takes advantage of others' danger. But no matter what you think, now, I am the head of the Whitebeard ship group. Advertisement. Chapter 179 The Wine of the Adopted Son. Advertisement. To be honest, I didn't expect that I would suddenly receive such a job and be hit on the head by a huge pie. Do I have to leave it alone and not eat it? This is impossible. I am not a philanthropist or a holy lady. I have my own family and my own company. In addition to thinking about myself, I also have to think about my family and the company. In order to fight against the outside world, we must first settle down at home. I called everyone here today to solve the problem. First of all, I have no intention of becoming a pirate now, and the members of my security company are naturally not pirates either. Uchiha Zyan doesn't plan to become a pirate now, and the possibility of it in the future is unlikely. He obviously has such a good reputation, so why should he become a pirate? What did you say? What should we do? Are you looking down on pirates? Many people immediately became excited when they heard Uchiha Zyan's words. Most of you came here for Mr. Whitebeard and pinned your hopes on Mr. Whitebeard to become the Pirate King. Now that Mr. Whitebeard is gone, people's hearts will naturally disperse. If you want to stay, I can accept them as employees of Uchiha Company. They must abide by the rules of Uchiha Security Company. If you don't want to stay and like to pursue freedom, you can leave now. As soon as Uchiha Zyan finished speaking, the captain of a pirate group stood up. I'm sorry, President Uchiha Zyan. I am a pirate. I will be a pirate all my life. I don't want to be an employee of a certain company. Uchiha Zyan nodded and said, I understand. In the future, as long as it does not offend the interests of Uchiha Security Company, if it offends the interests of Uchiha Security Company, then captains, please don't blame me. You killed my captain, but you saved us and took away my father's body. I hate you and I'm grateful to you, but I can't be your subordinate because that goes against my principles and I'm sorry. My captain. Understood. After leaving, whether you want to seek revenge from me or cause destruction, it's all up to you. This is your freedom. Revenge. He wanted to take revenge, but when he saw the 3 admirals of the naval headquarters plus Marine Marshal Sengoku and Marine Hero Garp, the 5 masters were unable to do anything to Uchiha Zyan, and finally Uchiha Zyan smashed the naval headquarters with one punch. Where else could he have the desire for revenge? Advertisement. To seek revenge on Uchiha Zyan, it would be better to wipe his neck with a knife, that would be quicker. Then one after another captains stood up, and in the end, no one of the 43 pirate groups was left behind. President. Marco wants to persuade Uchiha Zyan, the 43 pirate groups, although there are not many people left now, can survive in such a war, all are elites. It is a pity that all such a force has been let go. I know, but a team without a soul is nothing but a mess after all. I am not Whitebeard, nor their father. I am younger than everyone sitting here. Everyone was shocked, and then they remembered that Uchiha Zyan is still a 17-year-old young man. At 17 years old, he is the strongest man in the world. This achievement can be described as a miracle. My parents died in the war when I was 1 year old. I went to the battlefield when I was 6 years old, and I killed countless enemies on the battlefield. When I was 8 years old, I was the #1 master of our Uchiha clan. I didn't enjoy anything. Father's love, I don't know what father's love is. Everyone was shocked when they heard Zyan's record. Is this the world's strongest life? Should it be so cruel? I was raised by my family, so when I grow up, I naturally want to give back to my family. Of course, there are also many reasons for my personal interests. There are many of you who joined the Whitebeard Pirates because they admire Whitebeard. Some of you joined because you thought it would be prestigious to join the Whitebeard Pirates. Of course, there are also those who joined for their own benefit like Blackbeard. No matter what the reason is, we have to start from scratch now. So, if you want to leave, you can leave now, and there will be no conflict between the two. And the ones left behind are the members of my Uchiha security company. As soon as Uchiha Zyan finished speaking, some people stood up one after another. In the end, a total of more than 300 people stayed. Some of them joined the Whitebeard Pirates because they were tired of the pirate life. Some wanted to take revenge on Blackbeard, some wanted to use the power of the Uchiha security company, and some wanted to I want to repay my gratitude to Uchiha Zyan. Advertisement. Sorry, Marco, I am a pirate. My dream is to make my father the pirate king. If my father is gone, my dream will be shattered. I can no longer give up my identity as a pirate. We are willing to join you here, take you Uchiha Zyan as our boss, and be your shield. Or be yours. Kalba Lancy. After a while, hundreds more people left one after another, and now there are less than 500 members left. Isn't anyone going to leave? It's easy to leave now, but it will be a lot of trouble to leave in the future. While the big fleet has not left yet, you can all join the pirate group you want. Now is the new era of great pirates. Come on, there is still a very bright future for you to continue being a pirate. A large wine barrel was moved onto the ship, the lid was opened, Zyan cut a finger with his nail, dripped a drop of his blood into the barrel, and then had everyone distribute it. More than 100 people were moved by Uchiha Zyan's words, stood up, bowed and left. All members of the white group raised their glasses and said, after drinking this glass of wine, you will be members of Uchiha Security Company from now on. Me too, I don't want to give up on my dream. There are more than 300 people, and more people stayed than I thought. 0. Please give me flowers. Marco and Josie were a little speechless. Is this still too much? Any pirate group in the new world would have more people than they have now. It's all up to our own will. I'm willing to risk my fortune and my life. Drink this glass of wine of adopted son. She. Other forces all think that the more people there are, the better, but there are actually forces that despise the fact that they have too many people. Okay, in that case, bring the wine. When Marco saw this scene, he couldn't help but feel a little nervous. The Whitebeard fleet once had more than 50,000 people, and the Whitebeard pirate group had 1,600 people. Now there are less than 500 left. The Whitebeard pirate group has unlimited glory. No more. Advertisement. Chapter 180 Controlling Life and Death. Advertisement. Dry. Everyone raised their glasses and drank the wine. Zyan was a little confused. He just invited these people to have a drink. How could you say such a long thing? He used to be unable to even utter a fart when eating and drinking. Everyone felt their bodies getting a little hot after drinking it. What was going on? Don't worry, it's not poisonous. Do I need to poison you if I want to kill you? I just see that you are too weak, so I will help you improve your health. Immediately afterwards, everyone quickly felt a big difference in their bodies, and a powerful force surged out of their bodies. Not only that, many people's injuries from the war began to heal quickly. In a short time, the wounds that originally took months to heal were all healed in the blink of an eye. 207. My hand. A man whose arm was broken due to fighting actually grew at a speed visible to the naked eye. Everyone was shocked when they saw this scene. Soon, the man's arms had completely grown, and he made a fist. Yes, it's true. My arm is restored. How can this be? It's actually true. Is this a miracle? Many people hurriedly stepped forward and touched it. It was exactly the same as before. The broken arm actually regenerated. Everyone couldn't believe it. President. Originally, I thought that your strength was too weak, and a group of people were badly injured, which would damage the image of Uchiha Security Company, so I just planned to improve your health. I didn't expect that you regarded it as the wine of your adopted son. Marco said with a serious face. No. We drank the wine that is our adopted son, and we will look down upon you from now on. Just follow the lead. Advertisement. Everyone in the white group shouted together. Ah, very good, President, that wine, it's the effect of my blood, and it consumes a lot of money on me. As long as you are not seriously injured or burned to ashes, it will be difficult for you to die. What? Everyone couldn't believe what Uchiha Zyan said. If Dad and Ace drink it. If Dad and Ace drank this, they wouldn't have to die. Zyan saw through the thoughts of these people and smiled lightly. If Whitebeard and Ace are still alive, what does your life and death have to do with me? Everyone was stunned when they heard Zyan's words. Yes, if Father Whitebeard and Ace were still alive, would they still surrender to Uchiha Zyan? Absolutely not. Marco apologized and said, I'm sorry, President, we were too greedy. Zyan said nonchalantly, this is just human nature, but I hope this is the last time, because you no longer belong to the Whitebeard Pirates group, but the Whitebeard Security Group of Uchiha Security Company. Yes, when everyone heard Uchiha Zanyan's words, they felt panic in their hearts for no reason, as if the sky was about to fall, and they all trusted Uchiha Zanyan extremely, as if Uchiha Zanyan was their parents. They didn't know what was going on, but they soon stopped thinking about it. Marco, Josie, and Whitebeard were killed. Now there must be many pirate groups who want to occupy the original territory, including those who left before. They may not have other ideas. You captains will lead all the pirates who came to cause trouble. Get rid of all thieves. No one is allowed to touch my things, Uchiha Zanyan. Yes, Uchiha Zanyan swallowed everything in Sujimukai's life, and naturally inherited Uchiha Sujimukai's ability to create evil spirits. He is still a ghost who is not afraid of the sun. Not only that, he has also eliminated the urge to eat people. The price is that his regeneration ability will become worse, and each regeneration will consume a lot of his own physical strength, which is not as good as the lowest ghosts. But even so, this ability is extremely heaven-defying to others. Advertisement. Can't a ghost that doesn't eat people be a ghost? Zyan couldn't say for sure, but the main reason why he fed his blood to these people was to gain their loyalty, and also to be able to control their life and death. Holy Land Mariajoy. Terribly sorry, Sengoku, you should know what's happening now. Have you really decided to resign? World Government Military Commander's Office. I didn't expect that things would evolve to this point. Our plan was wrong. Marcus Mazishung said with a heavy expression. What a shame. Where can Marine have any face now? What to do? The Scientific Defense Marshal God Jagoluja Satan frowned and said. Topman Wuchulashung said. Who would have thought that young man Uchiha Zanyan would have such great strength? Shepherd 10 Peter Saint said. Unfortunately, the opponent has become a climate now. The 5 world's top combat forces in naval headquarters cannot win. Now they have inherited the Whitebeard pirates. The most important thing is his elusive ability makes it really difficult to deal with him. 0.1. Saint Azanbalan v. Nasholang touched his chin and said. What is confusing is that the CP sent out has been investigating for nearly 2 months, but they have not found any news about this family. This family seems to be it's like it appeared out of nowhere in the world. Sora, the commander-in-chief of the World Government Army, said as he looked at Marine Marshal Sengoku who submitted his resignation letter in front of him. 5 elders are meeting. Then we can't just let it go. Their harm is even worse than that of the Revolutionary Army. 7 inches. Sora sighed. Yes, this time the naval headquarters was destroyed. As Marine Marshal, I have the unshakable responsibility. I must resign to save Marine's face. Stronger weapons, stronger combat power, and a reason why he can't avoid fighting. The focus now is not that. The Marine headquarters was destroyed and it was broadcast to the whole world. Now many franchise countries have lost confidence in the world government. What's more, they have even secretly contacted Uchiha Security Company, intending to pay less security fees. To protect our own national security, this shakes the foundation of our world government. Advertisement.